Give it a second, y'all. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys already know, double tap that screen, you guys. And if you haven't already, if you're just coming in here, follow me. Thank you all so much for being here. How's everyone doing? I'm doing all right. Morning. This is actually my mom's dress. I saw her. I went downstairs and she was wearing it, and I was like, "You're doing our laundry right now? Give me it." So she took off her dress and I put it on. So yeah. Hey. Hey. 1 second. But yeah, we love a good silk dress. What's going on, everyone? Well, I am Jamaican. I am indeed Jamaican. So. How do I feel about schools getting out at 4? Where was that ever proposed? I don't think. Look, it's not like the kids are learning anything anyway. School being longer is not what the children need. Yep. Politics again. It's very important. I think it's just something that we should be talking about. Show us the bird. I can't. My room is quite well, not messy. It's like clothes messy right now. It's like clothes messy because I was doing laundry. Where's my bird? On top of my wardrobe. Or like closet thingy. But yeah. Yeah, I have a cockatiel. But yo, if you're just coming in here, double tap the screen. There's 300 people in here. Let's share it to your friends. Tell them that Tashika is back and that Tashika is live. Today we are, again, you're going to be hearing my birdie in the background. He does sound pretty excited, you guys. So yeah, if you want to, speed up and we can see some more debates. This is my second account, which is why it's taking a little bit longer for us to send out into the algorithm these days. I do get my main account back on Tuesday, but I will not be able to go live because I will be at the Harris rally on Tuesday. Her first rally will be in Philadelphia, and I am from Philadelphia, so it's quite close to my house where the rally is happening, like literally like within walking distance. So I will be there 100%. So yeah, I will be at the Harris. Hi, how old are you? Oh my god, that's so loud. That was really fucking loud. You made a whole new account just to do that? Oh my god, that was so loud. But yeah, remember y'all, we are just looking for people who are voting MAGA this year, you guys.
What it do, baby? Hey, what's up?
Hi. How old are you?
35.
Okay, so are you voting MAGA this year?
Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead with Trump.
And why is that?
Well, that's even if I vote, but because Miss Harris, she been the vice president for a while, ain't really done anything different. She obviously said out her mouth she's not gonna do anything for black people, so I noted that. And
she never said that.
Yeah, she did. I seen her on 4D camera, high definition.
Oh, right. So can you provide us a clip?
A clip? It's everywhere on TikTok. It's everywhere. Just Google it.
That's not a source. I don't know what you're the one that made. You're the one that made the claim.
I believe my eyes, not yours.
Right. So in order for you to be able to prove that, like she said this, you're going to need to tell me where the clip is. What is it called? Because I might know the clip that you're referring to, and she never said that.
I've seen a couple of them, Mama. Sorry.
There's not a single clip where she said that she's not going to do anything for black people. What she actually said was that she's not going to. I'm not done speaking. What she actually said was that she wasn't going to pass bills that just help black people.
She's not even black.
I don't. This isn't relevant. I don't care. I don't care what she is. Probably and also, black. She is black. She's biracial. So. Whoa! Holy shit! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Dark-sided. Thank you so much for the diamond gun. W Dark-sided. Starting off with a bang today. Okay, shit. All right, W Ginger. Also, she's mixed. People can be both races. She's Southeast Indian as well as black. She's Jamaican like I am, right? So,
She's not black. I've seen her parents on the internet too.
I don't know why we're questioning her race as if that has anything to do with her politics.
It doesn't matter.
Right, that's what I'm saying, Zephyr.
I'm just saying she's not.
Yeah, but let's not pivot, right? So can you go ahead and provide me the clip where she said that she's not going to do anything for black people? Or are you referring to the clip where she said that she's not only going to help black people? I don't know what it means to be raised black, Chad. You're being racist right now.
Now, what is she doing? What are you benefiting from that she's doing so great?
She's VP. She doesn't really have power over these things. She's appointed by...
She ain't got no power as the vice president of the fucking United States?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay, I feel you.
You straight up just don't. Like you're appointed to do particular things. You don't have presidential power.
I do feel you.
Right. So can you go ahead and? It's like they go back to factory settings.
I'm sorry. I'm at a rally right now, a Trump rally. Trump. Yeah, let's do it.
What is this?
Trump got shot in the ear for this, man. He's about to die for this.
Not really.
His ear didn't get shot off?
His ear was grazed. Let's not act like he took a bullet for this country like he's some kind of hero.
You gotta vote for him after that, man.
No, I do not.
What did he do when he got up? His hand went in the air. He did the black power fist. You know what that means? You got my vote.
Oh,
sure do. You got my vote, buddy.
That's whatever accent, whatever like boogaboo accent this is really cringe.
What is a boogaboo? Why you so mean? You know you want to be happy, girl. Quit it. Cut it out. It shouldn't matter. I'm a very happy person, but whatever this is was just like whatever that was weird. It was off every morning. I've been on your live.
It was giving jig. You know, like I don't know.
It's called joking around because it's not serious.
I think it is very serious.
You are in your living room right now, in your nightgown.
I'm in my bedroom.
So how is it serious?
Right, because one, we're going to be advocating against the rapist and fraudster that wants to go into office.
I can't take you serious with that nightgown on. If you want to be totally serious, you should have put on
all it takes for you to take me serious is my clothes.
I'm just saying that it is making me anticipate one of your titties popping out right now. I'm not trying to do it.
Dogs. They should have never let you out. Let's go on to the next person. Yuck.
Hey,
How old are you?
He was crazy.
You don't need to talk about him. Are you going to be voting for Donald Trump?
I mean, I am more of I guess Trump. There's just a couple things and whatnot. I did make more money in the stock market when Trump was in office than you know what I mean, any other president.
Okay, so what policy did he pass to cause this? How do you know that this was caused by Donald Trump?
Oh, because of what he do. Because, you know what I mean, they really can't control him or whatnot. So I mean, like a good example is the president. I'm trying to tell you. So, you're very rude. You're very rude. But okay. I mean, we're just
your first point was that they can't control him, and I don't even know what that means.
Because he has his own money back, and a lot of presidency is bought, and he has his own money.
I didn't ask you for this whole.
I mean, I'm trying to explain to you, but you have to. You're listen.
Explicitly not answering my question. I asked you what policy. So what's the name of the policy?
I'm telling you what he did. You asked me what did he do, and then you said what policy he did. I'm trying to tell you what he did.
Right. I asked you what policy.
His big mouth opened up. I got to just talk over you. His big mouth opened up and was talking about, like, hey, he gave Kodak, I want to say like a $10 or $20 million grant. And of course, that helped boost the stock market. Made a ton of money off that particular stock. But again, I'm more of a Trump supporter or whatnot. But I definitely do understand that Camilla, she is Indian and black.
I don't know. Who the fuck is Camilla?
Or where the fuck her name is. Miss Harris. Okay,
it's Kamala.
Hey. Oh, okay.
It's Kamala.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so Miss Harris.
Can you say Kamala?
Hey. See, you're very rude. Are we trying to have a serious debate?
You're purposely going out of your way to not say her name. It's Kamala.
Kamala. I'm glad you're appeased. Okay, so back to topic.
Thank you.
So Miss Harris, she is Indian and black. I definitely understand that, but
why do we keep talking about her race?
I mean, I'll just piggybacking off what you and the last gentleman were talking about. Trying to
I don't need you to do that. I need you to make your own. Hey genius, hey genius. I need you to make, and you're doing the exact same thing right now. So I need you to go ahead and make your own arguments. I just asked you what policies in which you passed.
I'm trying to. You asked me who did I support. I told you Trump, and I'm trying to explain why, but you keep cutting me off every 2 seconds. So can I speak, please? And we have a normal conversation like two adults.
If the next words out of your mouth is not a policy that he passed, I don't want to hear it.
She is definitely very upset. You didn't talk to the last guy about policy. I'm trying to tell you why I prefer Trump over Ms. Harris.
Right. I asked you a question, and you're not answering
She is too rude to have a conversation. And it's people like you. You're Jamaican or whatnot.
Anyway, so I don't know where this like crying fest came from. I asked you a question. I'm not letting you leave the question. I don't care to hear you yap or complain. Like, I genuinely don't give a shit, you know? Like, I really just don't give a shit to hear you like complain about someone that you don't know. So can you go ahead and like, can I get some baby bottles in the chat for this crybaby? Like, what are we doing? I asked you for a policy. You referred to him investing in some kind of stock. What stock? Where's the evidence for this? What policy did he pass? I want to get, like, it's really not hard. I asked you one question. Where the hell is my... Oh, he left. All they do is complain, I swear. Let's go on to the next person. Can we bring up the next one? I swear, it's like, my thing is like, if I ask you a question, I require for you to answer it immediately. Hi, how old are you?
21.
Keo, thank you so much for the $3 cash up. I appreciate you. Are you voting MAGA?
Yes.
That's one big hesitation. And why is that? Well, how old are you? I'm sorry?
I'm 21.
What year were you born?
2002.
Okay, can you move somewhere quieter that's not in front of a TV?
Yeah.
Thank you for the good morning. I appreciate you. Carmel, thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, so why are you voting for Donald Trump? Hey, Brandon, if you're outside of the app, I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm back.
My God. Anyway, why are you voting for Donald Trump?
Because the economy was a lot better under him.
What economy? What about it?
Well, interest rates are lower. The inflation wasn't as bad.
Right, so what policy did he pass to cause this?
Well, he lowered the interest rates.
With what policy?
Cut taxes.
For who?
For large corporations, which also
So
lower prices and things like that.
it did not. Large corp. That's called trickle-down economics. Trickle-down economics has never worked.
I mean, it's worked then.
It didn't. Like, literally not at all. That was one of the biggest contentions with this bill that he imposed, was that 80% of it benefited the ultra rich. Sarah, thank you so much for the $10 cash up. I appreciate you. So, like, I don't know what people are talking about when they say this fuckery.
And unemployment rates reached 3.5%, which was one of the lowest.
So what policy did Trump pass?
To do this?
Yeah. Right, because the way we know in which something happens because of a president is when they pass particular policies, and if the outcome is like caused by these policies, then we know that this is, you know, because of that president. So what policy did he pass?
Brought a lot of jobs back to the United States by
Right. So with what policy? You're being vague again.
on other countries.
Right. So with what policy?
It doesn't have to be a policy.
It does have to be a policy, right? Some kind of bill, something. That's how you know. I don't know if you know this, but that is how presidents do things. That's how presidents get things done. Executive orders, bills, acts, right? So this is how we get things done in America. So what has he done? What did he get past?
The tariffs that he put on other countries brought jobs back to the United States, which in turn helped unemployment rates.
Yeah. So where's the evidence for this, and what tariffs?
The tariffs that he was putting on every country around the world, in China, Mexico, Canada.
Yeah, where's this?
What do you mean, where is it? He did it all throughout his presidency.
Right. So where's the evidence that this brought back jobs?
WhiteHouse.gov.
And what is it called?
What is what called?
The source that you're reading. And yes, I am looking things up. That's my job.
Well, WhiteHouseArchives.gov.
Yeah, so that is the White House Archives was made by the Trump administration. This is not a credible source. I'm asking you for the outcomes of this.
Outcomes of what?
Right. So like, what tariffs are you referring to? What executive order? What bill? What policy?
He imposed tariffs on all goods that were coming in from China, from Canada, Mexico.
Right. So where are you getting this from?
From WhiteHouseArchives.gov.
The archives are made by the Trump administration. That is not a credible source.
And then, why do you think Kamala Harris is going to be so?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you just pivoted. I said the White House archives are fucking made by the Trump administration. It is not a credible source. So I'm asking you to provide. I didn't make a claim. So I'm asking you to provide, right? The tariffs that you're referring to.
It's made by the Trump administration.
Because it is. You're on the website. You're on the website. That is the source. You're on the website.
That's not the source.
You're on the source right now. So like I was saying before, what tariffs are you referring to, right? What policy? Because it doesn't seem like you know. And it seems like at this point, all the people with the low attention spans are leaving already because of you.
Hey, they're all saying you're wrong. I see it in the chats.
Of course, not everyone's going to agree with me.
Most of the people are saying that you're wrong in the chat.
Right. Whether or not most people disagree or agree with me doesn't have anything to do with whether or not I'm actually right or wrong.
You're wrong. That's what they're saying. Funny. You ain't got nothing to say now.
You didn't say anything of value.
I mean, you ain't saying.
I'm asking you for the sources on this.
Zephyr,
what the fuck?
The Trump administration is making these sources on the WhiteHouse.gov.
What?
I'm saying, you aren't backing up your source saying that the WhiteHouse.gov is backed by Trump administration.
I didn't say that the WhiteHouse.gov was backed by the Trump administration. I said that the archives are made by the Trump administration.
Where's your source though?
You're on the source.
Where's your proof?
You're on the proof.
It doesn't say anything.
You're on the website.
Made the Trump administration made that.
You're on the source.
And where does it say it on the source?
Let's see. Literally the first thing when you look up the White House archives, it's just Trump.
And then people are saying that
it is just the Republican Party.
Joe Biden.
It is just the Republican Party. It is the site itself.
This is what people were saying in the chat.
I would look at actual sources and not just look at a chat on TikTok. So it is quite literally the site itself. It is just Republican leaders.
Where's the proof?
The site.
That's not proof.
It is.
It's not.
All right, let's go on to the next person. You just saying nah, it's not really anything.
You lost already. Even people in the chat.
I don't know how I lost anything when you can't look at a website. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 21. I'm in North Carolina.
I didn't ask where you were. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
right. So are you voting for Donald Trump?
I'm voting for Donald J. Trump, yes.
And why is that?
I am in love with Agenda 47. And I am just enthralled with the crisis we're having in this country and at the southern border. Thousands of illegals walking in every single day, which is accumulated to over 8 million in Joe Biden's presidency. Fentanyl, human trafficking, crime. And not all of these people are bringing this, but it's the fact that people are using our country as a drug market, as a trafficking market, and as a resort. Only 14% of the people who come here who seek asylum get granted asylum, because very few people who come here are actually escaping political, religious, or racial prosecution. People are coming here just to get a better life, and that's fine. But you've got to do it legally. The moment you cross the border, you have broken a law. Only 14% of people who cross the border are not breaking the law, because only 14% of people who come and seek asylum get granted it. And then you also have refugee status as well. But what you have to understand is this. This has been an ongoing issue in this country for decades. Reagan talked about it. Clinton talked about it. Bush talked about it. Obama talked about it. And I think Obama did a decent job of handling it. Took a decent approach. But if I was old enough to vote for Obama, I would have voted for him. But the thing is, if we don't deploy the troops now, if we don't go out on the wall now, we will become the largest drug market, the free drug market, the free economy, the free hotel resort, and people will keep coming and coming and coming. Do you know what happened to Jocelyn? Ma'am, do you know what happened to Jocelyn?
Who was that?
The little girl in Houston, Texas, who was violently raped by 2 illegal immigrants. Do you know about
Would it be better
that?
if they're legal?
Excuse me?
Would it be more like? Would it be better if they were legal? I don't see what them being illegal has to do with it.
I get it. You started off rude, and I get you're rude. But can we have some sympathy? Can you be a little bit empathetic, please?
I don't think you actually care. Right now, you're using a child grape
I'm not
as
using anything
for political gain right now. So let's not talk about empathy right now.
Don't bait me.
Let's not talk about empathy.
Don't bait me.
You're citing a child's grape for political gain.
Let's go back to your original question. Does it matter if they're legal? I'd love to answer that. Yes,
right.
It does. And people say, well, the majority of the stuff happening is with Americans. You're more likely to get this happen to you by an American. It doesn't matter. One time is too many. Yes, if somebody comes across this border, you've got criminals by the thousands coming across the border. Not all 8 million who have come in under Biden's administration are like this, but you've got thousands of criminals coming in. So yes, it does matter. If we can stop that from happening, if we can stop from people from coming in and taking lives and committing crimes, on top of the crimes they commit, when we lock these people up, they're in jail for multiple years. Immigrants are held in jail and tried longer than any American citizen. That costs money. Jail is, I don't know if you know this, but prison is a business, and jail is expensive. It costs a lot of money to feed these people 3 meals and give them a warm bed to sleep on. And honestly, as far as hotels and jails are concerned, homeless people, veterans could be sleeping there. I've had it with you guys as open border policies and your disgusting rhetoric. Does it matter that she's illegal, that they're illegal? A little girl was violently killed.
You're using it for political gain right now.
I'm not using anything.
You're using it to advocate for your argument that we should keep out immigrants, right? You don't have empathy for that child.
I said
you don't care for that child.
Now you're putting words in my mouth. I said we should have immigrants, but we have to do it legally.
But you're citing her vicious attack right now,
ma'am. There you go.
How do you not see that this is like fucked up? You're citing a vicious attack to help your argument against immigrants.
You have no empathy at all.
I have a lot of empathy in not using like people's personal stories and violent attacks against children, right? And then trying to like leverage that as a reason as to why we should keep out immigrants, right? And I'm the one, but how am I the one without empathy because I don't use this as a way to be xenophobic?
I'm not using anything.
You are. Then why did you bring it up?
First of all,
then why did you bring it up?
Hold on. This happened in a border state.
Yeah, right? Awesome. So why did you bring this up?
Hold on. Let me answer your question. Why did I bring it up? Right? You're gonna because I've seen you. I've been watching your live for the past 15 minutes.
Thank you for being a fan.
You love policy. We're not gonna get into a policy tango. I'm gonna talk to you about the real issues that are happening on a day-to-day basis in this country. And in Agenda 47. And by the way, your President Biden, the guy you voted for, has. Actually, I don't know who you voted for. I apologize. But your President Biden, has had more illegals come in. He's deported more illegals. You don't understand. You're asking me why does it matter that they're illegal? Why am I doing this? Why am I bringing this up? I don't think you get it. I don't think you get the ongoing problem we're having. I don't think you. I watched a video the other day.
He's just saying that I don't know things.
Of an officer.
I don't care about these small little videos.
On a traffic stop, 70% of all the fentanyl that comes into the country
I don't care. I don't care about these little stories. You are using people's experiences and traumas as a way to like make your argument sound stronger. You don't have empathy for.
I'm not trying to strengthen the numbers are my argument. I'm not trying to use a situation.
But you've not been citing the numbers. You've been using people's trauma.
I'm not using trauma. If that's your only defense is using trauma, you have no answer.
That's
why you race bait. You ask for policies because you have
how am I race baiting?
I'm not saying you race bait. I'm saying what you do on a daily basis. The tactics
where did I race bait?
To get through simple debates.
Me being
give me a policy. Give me this. Give me that.
Right, because that's the most important thing.
You have no empathy. You have no simple rebuttals. So you go to attack.
What is a simple rebuttal? What do you like? What are the words that you're even describing here?
Since you don't understand this, I'll explain to you what a simple rebuttal is. Right? I give you a situation. There's a subject at hand. I speak on that. You've let me dialogue. Then you speak back, and then you rebuttal what I'm saying. You can come back with you love policy. You can say, well, Biden did X, Y, and Z. But no, you can't do that because you guys have been a disaster. Kamala Harris is a border czar.
It's Kamala.
I'm from the South. We do pronounce things different.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I'll say it how you want.
It doesn't matter.
Ma'am, I'll be politically correct.
It doesn't matter. No, it's not politically correct to pronounce a person's name right. Like even people who don't speak English pronounce her name correctly. It's not that deep, right? Riley, thank you so much for the money gun. So like you being in the Southern, whatever the fuck, you guys aren't like aliens. You can say Kamala. It's not that hard. So it's Kamala.
I apologize. I won't do it again. I did not. I wasn't doing that on purpose. I know a lot of Republicans.
I don't care if you did it on purpose. I'm just correcting you. Okay, just go ahead.
Again, not rebuttaling anything. Just attacking just stupid things. Okay. Going back to what I was saying. An absolute mess at the border. Kamala Harris is a border czar.
It's Kamala.
What did I just say that?
No.
Oh my God. You have no rebuttal. You've not rebutted anything.
I'm waiting for you. I just want to make sure. I think it's important to pronounce her name right.
Can someone in the chat confirm she's not rebutted one thing in this conversation? You're just putting powder.
I've been
on your
waiting.
face.
I've been waiting for you to make your points, right? So now
I've talked about numbers. I've talked about the borders, the people coming in the border. I've talked about crime. I've talked about fentanyl. I've talked about Trump's plan to fix this, increase the wall. Deploy troops to the southern border. You've not rebutted anything. Put the makeup down and have a debate. Stop running.
I can do both, and I'm not running. I'm waiting for you to be finished talking.
So can you keep waiting? I've said it again.
I've been waiting for you. How am I not engaging with the debate? I've been waiting for you to Like, what are you talking about? I've been asking you for policies. I've been asking you
I'll
to
get some
compare-
baby bottles in the chat,
and you're
please.
and you're talking about Agenda 47. You mean Agenda 47 that made it harder for immigrants to seek asylum in the country, and that illegally actually sent them out before they were
Now
able
you're rebuttaling.
to
There we
advocate
go.
for asylum?
There you go. Good girl.
I was waiting.
There
Oh.
you go.
Oh no.
Now she's gonna.
Anyway, so like I was saying before, let's calm down. You would never be in the same space as me. All right, I'd huck Tua on you. All right, let's not even. Anyway, so the
One
thing
thing
is
you're good
though, it is. I'm very good at it. I'm very good at stomping on people below me. So the thing is,
too. That's what I was saying. Girl.
100%. Anyway, so now we're just gonna go ahead with the misogyny. Is that what you do now?
said it, not me. You said you're good at Hawk too.
I would spit on your face. So the thing is, though, so like, what are you talking about here with you're obsessed with Agenda 47? What are you talking about?
Okay, so since you weren't listening, we're talking about the border. You don't understand the
talking
subject
about the
at
border.
hand.
I was referring
you were
to
doing
the
so
border.
good a second ago with your rebuttals. Okay, let's go back. We're talking, the subject at hand is the border. I'm talking about Agenda 47, which is Trump's plan to take care of some of the horrible things that are happening as far as human trafficking.
Right, but a lot of the things that Biden has been dealing. But no, but a lot of the things that Biden has been dealing with is because they've been going along with these particular agendas, right? Like, what are you talking about?
What? You said all the stuff's going on is because Biden's going with a particular agenda? What agenda are you speaking of specifically?
Right, was it Agenda 40 what?
You made a statement. All of this stuff that's happening to Biden is because
Right, so the Biden administration.
What agenda?
Right,
I'm not going to let you move on. I'm not going to let you move on for this. What agenda?
Right, so the Biden administration actually like held to, I forgot which one. It was was it 43? I forgot.
Yeah, why don't you go to your computer and look it up, then you can come back. Because we're not going to do the I forgot.
I didn't say that I forgot.
want facts.
This is the facts.
I want one fact.
They literally defended it in court.
I've brought you numbers. I brought you real issues, and you deflected all of it. But you've not brought me a fact.
I've been waiting for you to finish talking.
I'm gonna stop dog walking you. You need to go.
I've been waiting for you to finish talking.
No, you're used to dumb.
This lambasting is.
I'm not one of them. Go find somebody on your level.
I've been waiting for you to finish talking. Do you want me to just like lambast you the entire? Oh, he just ran. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck that was, Chad. I literally didn't say that I forgot. I don't know why he just started whining. Hi, how old are you?
So what do you want to know how to make?
Honey? Oh, that's a baby. Let's go on to the next person. Like, what? My God. Hi. Oh, Tones. Why are you back? Block the dog.
You know the goddamn video I was talking about. The one where she was like, oh, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. That one.
I'm sorry. It was Title 42. That was what it was called. So, you know. Hi, how old are you?
Hello.
I got what's that? So one number
I'm
off.
voting for Kamala. I don't know who they voting for. I don't care who they
Okay,
voting for,
cool.
but they
I'm just
better
looking. I'm
stop.
just looking for people who are voting for Trump, but I appreciate you.
No, I'm about to say. They better stop talking.
Okay, let's go on to the next person. I was one number off. Title 42. Hi, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
34.
It's okay for you to forget things, Chad. Didn't make me wrong. So are you voting for Donald Trump?
I'm voting for Donald Trump, the first time voter.
And why is that?
Do you know who funded Jesse Jackson's presidential runs, both of them?
Yeah, what about?
Do you know who Jesse Jackson is?
Who is Jesse Jackson?
You don't know who Jesse Jackson is?
Assume that I don't.
That's
I'm
not answering
generally
the
new.
question.
I'm generally
you don't.
I'm generally new to politics, so I'm not fully familiar with them. I know their name, but I'm not familiar with them.
Okay, well, Jesse Jackson's arguably this era's top 5 most famous
Okay, so
African American
don't-
activists.
You don't know who they are either. So let's go ahead and look them up.
I just told you.
That's so vague. There's a lot of people who are like that. That didn't tell
Are
me
you
anything.
kidding? No, there's not.
Do you know how little that narrows it down? Oh, he's a civil rights leader.
Top
Okay.
3 African American activist.
Yeah,
That doesn't narrow it down.
I don't know what that. I don't know what top 3 means. I don't know what you're regarding to. I don't know if there's like an official site.
You're crazy. I can't even talk to you because you don't even know anything.
No, I know some things. I'm generally new to politics,
I'm
and
not wasting
also
my
like,
time. You don't even know who Jesse Jackson is.
did I need to know who Jesse Jackson was? Was it that important? Was it that important?
I just got on here to tell you, I'm tired of seeing your big back, massive ass on here, always talking
Oh.
to people and being rude to people. You need some.
I mean, to come on here for free just to yell at me is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really fucking funny. So he's from the 19. Oh, he was born in the 1940s. So he's a civil rights leader, a Baptist minister, and a politician. He's known for his work in the civil rights movement alongside figures like Martin Luther King.
Hey,
Stop talking.
I just want to say, Kamala ain't got shit.
That's not how you pronounce her name. He was a prominent advocate for social. So he's just a civil rights leader. That's it. Is he like a bad person? What is the context for this? Like I don't know. That's it? That's all he is? He's just a civil rights leader? All right, let's go on. Let's go on to the next person. I thought it would be good for me to learn something that's relevant here.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
19, born in 27, January 27th, 05.
I indeed did not know. I was not familiar with Jesse Jackson, Chad. I am 22. So yeah, why are you voting for Donald Trump?
I would say I'm voting for Trump because I feel like, well, number one, he was already president, so I feel like I have more confidence as opposed to voting for Kamala. And
It's Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala, my bad. Kamala Harris. And I don't really know what Kamala wants to do as of right now. So as of right now, my vote is for her. I mean, for Trump. And I think Trump is just overall going to be a better president. I mean, it's going to be better.
Yeah, by what metric?
Well, looking at who Kamala was under, she was under Joe Biden. Joe Biden, his economy wasn't that good compared to Trump's economy.
Right. So, what policy did Trump pass?
What policy did Trump pass?
Yeah, that's how you improve an economy. So, what did he do to improve? What did he do to improve the economy?
I don't think everything a president does is passed by. There's a policy that's passed.
Well, it doesn't matter. So, give me the thing that he did to improve the economy. What bill, law, something? I don't know.
Well, he did have like tariffs in place that Biden took out. Right.
Okay, why did Biden take out these tariffs?
I don't know. That's a very good question. Right? Why did he? It's a very dumb idea. Also, these borders are wide open. Do you know that? So
there were a couple reasons. There were the tariffs imposed Chinese goods led to retaliatory measures from other countries that affected the U.S. exports, and that contributed to trade tensions. They wanted to stabilize the trade relations and reduce these tensions with key trading partners. There was economic impacts. The tariffs resulted in increased costs for U.S. business consumers as they raised prices for imported goods and materials. So he actually made prices of imported goods go up with the tariffs. Reducing or removing some of these tariffs aimed to alleviate the economic pressure on American consumers and industries. There were the issues with global supply chains. The tariffs disrupted global supply chains and contributed to shortages and inflation. By removing or reducing these tariffs, the Biden administration aimed to help ease these disruptions and improving the flow of goods. There was also bipartisan support on this as well between both Democratic and Republican,
Okay. Let me ask you something. Since regarding the fact that we don't even know the policies that Kamala wants to pass, or Kamala, sorry, why do you want to vote for her?
One, we do. A lot of the policies that she wants to keep in place are typically ones from the Biden administration, that being like CHIPS Act, PACS Act, the infrastructure bill, things of that sort. So a lot of the bills that she would have wanted to campaign on, continue on within her presidency have already been laid out for her by President Joe Biden. But she also has her own views as well in regards to, say, gun violence or a woman's right to choose.
So those are the reasons why you want to. So more gun regulation of gun violence, and you said women's rights to choose, right? That's it. Those are the main reasons why you voted for her.
Those are not the main reasons that I just said. I said that not only have things been laid out for her by her working with President Joe Biden, but she also has some other unique policies that she herself wants to work on within her presidency. Those are not the two that I said.
Okay. So do you? Oh my goodness. Do you genuinely think that Trump is is not worthy of your vote? I mean, this is so.
Yes. No rapist will ever be worthy of my vote.
Oh my!
No fraudster or racist will ever be worthy of my vote.
Oh my goodness!
His tariffs actually hurt the economy. I don't see what you're talking about.
But let me ask you this, right? Because I think Kamala has done terrible things as well, right?
Like.
Oh my goodness! She literally was called out, literally on news, on live television about the fact that. When she was a prosecutor, she had information that would literally free people on death row that were innocent.
There's no evidence for that.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence for it. You're gonna pull out the no. There's no evidence card. I mean,
there's not. There isn't. This is not a no evidence card. There just isn't evidence that happened.
Oh my goodness!
Right. That's literally a conspiracy theory.
That's conspiracy theory. What about the fact that she locked up many black men for smoking a little bit of kush?
Well, actually, no. She actually advocated for people who commit low-level crimes to indeed not go to prisons. She actually would put them into mentoring programs via her Back on Track initiative, in which would keep these people out of jails and train them in improving their credits, building up job skills, right? And not only would this make them less likely to commit to distasteful acts and go to prison, it would, after they would, complete this program, she would actually get their records expunged. What all people has she been putting behind bars for these non-violent crimes?
Well, all people, a lot of black people, blacks smoking some kush.
Right. You mean the black people who she wiped their records for? Got it.
Wow. So let me ask you this, and this will be the last thing I touch upon. Right? How do you feel about the fact that Kamala Harris... I'm
not smoking, Chad. I have asthma. Severely.
The fact that Kamala Harris, right, she insulted the intelligence of black people, getting some random female, I'm not going to call her name, but Megan Thee Stallion's female artist, rapper, whatever you want to call her, she insults our intelligence by getting some black woman to twerk on stage to earn our vote.
To earn whose votes? It's not. Why? I'm sorry. Are black people? Chat. Just really quickly, chat. Are black people a monolith or not? No, I just want to ask the chat. Are we a monolith or not, chat?
Oh my goodness.
Are we a monolith or not? Because it seems like whenever people make this argument, all of a sudden she was trying to appeal to all black people, but never. You do realize, one, she was in Atlanta. I don't know if you know this, but Atlanta is the black capital of the world. It is the hip hop cap. I don't know why you're talking over me, right? I don't know if you know this. People in Atlanta like to shake ass. They like to see ass jiggle. A lot of the best music that we have from the black community comes out of Atlanta, right? It is the black capital of the world. Also, I don't know if you know this, but one of the significant reasons why she had Megan up there in the first place is because, one, Kamala has been very open about her anti-gun policies. And what is significant about Megan Thee Stallion and gun policy, she was a victim of gun violence, as well as Quavo, who lost a family member to gun violence. These are some of the two biggest gun violence cases in pop culture. So, of course, she's going to have Megan up there and performing for her. Also, yes, people in Atlanta fucking love Megan Thee Stallion. right? So to say that she was trying to appeal to all black people is you being racist. No, she was trying to appeal to people in Atlanta. Because again, people in Atlanta is what won Joe Biden the presidency in the first place. Right? It is people in the metropolitan area who went out and went out to vote. That influx of voters is what helped Biden win in the first place. So what are you talking about?
First off,
what are you talking about?
First off, I'm not racist because I'm black. Second off,
black people can have prejudice and biases towards black people. For you to even assume that why is it wrong for her to twerk? For the culture that, like, you're gonna say that people in Atlanta don't like twerking now?
No. Of course, bro. There's people who like twerking. The thing is,
so then who is she appealing to?
Why is she insulting our intelligence by?
Why is that insulting our? Why is that insulting our intelligence? Because why is bringing up a prominent pop culture figure who is a victim of gun violence, of which the black community, out of all communities, would understand is a huge problem? Is like, what is insulting about that? What is insulting about having the woman who was a victim of gun violence come up and dance?
Oh yeah. You're talking about the same woman that's a part of the culture that promotes gun violence. Yeah, hip hop culture promotes gun violence. You're talking about, yeah.
What do you mean promotes gun violence? Yes, people are a product of their environment, right? But it is people like Kamala Harris who is trying to change this. Yeah, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, the
right?
Is,
like hip hop, like really quickly, hip hop culture is not just the promotion of gun violence. Gun violence wouldn't exist if the history of black people didn't exist. Like there's specific, like, systematic reasons as to why our music is the way that it is. It is a testament to our experiences as black people.
No, because the thing is, it's not the gun that's wrong; it's the people. And not only that, black
I don't care what you believe. I don't really care, though.
It's not what I believe. It's a fact. You can stop with this rhetoric, okay? Look,
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you. Of course you don't know. That's the reason why you're voting Kamala Harris, right? It's because you don't know what's going to be good. Look, if this woman gets in office, we will go into World War III the next day. I'm telling you.
Yeah. There's no evidence for that. I just think you're misogynistic and clearly, like, you must, like, hate your own people.
No.
Because you implied that, like, Megan Thee Stallion, who was a victim of gun violence, dancing on stage in front of her fans and in front of Atlanta, as if she hasn't been doing that like her entire fucking career already, is somehow insulting to the black community. I don't see what dancing is insulting. What it sounds like is, I'm not done speaking. What it sounds like is coming out of your mouth is respectability politics. I've already made a video on this. I need you to unclench. I need you to unpucker your lips from the booty hole that is respectability, right? Because I don't know why all of a sudden now a type of dancing is correlated to IQ or intelligence. I don't know what you're talking about here.
I'm not saying that twerking in itself is bad, right? What I am saying is the fact that we're at a presidential campaign and you're doing this to bait people in Atlanta that are obviously.
Wait, why is it baiting people now? Like why is appealing to the interests and the likes of people in Atlanta baiting them? Are the people in Atlanta not, like, educated enough to understand, like, you know, like, when someone is actually doing something for them? Like when Trump advocates against, like with xenophobic rhetoric and racist rhetoric and misogynist rhetoric, is he not baiting neo-Nazis who widely support him?
Oh my goodness.
Why is it baiting within the context of Kamala, but not within the context of Trump?
You believe Trump is a racist against blacks? That's what you're saying?
You even saying blacks right now is crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I'm guessing that's what you're implying, right?
Oh, he's incredibly racist.
He's a racist against black people?
Yep.
So you're telling me all the times, literally from the 1990s all the way up to the 2000s, he's hanging around with multiple black artists more than Kamala.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Trump let black people be around him. Holy shit, Chad. That must mean he's not racist.
No, he was literally,
holy fuck.
He was literally with these people every day, all day, from the 1990s all the way up to the 2000s.
These people.
Look it up. Yeah, bro, literally.
Right. Oh my God. Trump allowed people. Holy shit, holy shit. Trump allowed. Holy shit. Holy shit. Trump has allowed. I don't care about her identity. Trump has allowed black people to be around him. He must not be racist. Holy fuck, chat.
Kamala's more racist.
Oh, you ate me up.
If Trump is a racist, Kamala's more racist than him.
Yeah, so I don't see how this could ever be the case, right? Trump has literally said verbatim, right, that he believes that black people like are inherently more violent. I believe this was in the 1970s. He said that he believes that like black people, he specifically said blacks are more violent, like inherently so. Like what are we talking about?
Like,
He called people from foreign countries, specifically that of African nations, shithole countries. Is that not racist? Or the fact that he had an entire lawsuit because his company refused to sell to black patrons, is that not racism?
There's some countries in
or
Africa.
the fact that he called for the unaliving of 5 young black boys, is that not racism?
Wait. Well, so listen, right? You're talking about that situation. He did not make that happen. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Right, he still very vehemently called for the death penalty to children, as well as during the Charlottesville rally of like literal white supremacists. He said that there were good people on both sides. Is that not racism?
I don't get how he's listen, right? You're talking
or
about,
literally 2 days ago his interview with Rachel Scott.
Well, are you talking about the one when he was on ABC talking about that weird news reporter who was just trying to do nothing but gotchas, right?
These were not gotchas. These were things that he's done.
She was mad the whole time for what?
She was not mad at all. See, this is why you clearly have a bias here. Not once was she ever aggressive or angry. Like not a single person on that panel was angry. Why are you assuming a black woman was angry here?
She was literally yelling at Trump.
Where she literally never raised her voice. What are we talking about? You have a bias. She never raised her voice. Okay. Would you like, do you want me to play and let's have the chat like really go over and see like whether or not she was being respectful or not, because I don't know where this whole thing that she was being aggressive. This is literally just racism. This is literally just misogynoir. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and play this really quickly.
She says I'm misogynist.
Yes, I do, because there's no way you believe that a person like Rachel Scott is aggressive. Assertive but aggressive, you have a bias.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama.
Where's the attitude that we're hearing? Is she supposed to go up to him like on her knees, like Marilyn Monroe style, and be like, Mr. President, I just want to address. Really? That's how she's supposed to talk to him?
Yeah, look, guys. I'm gonna play the first 5 seconds and then ask the question, guys.
I'm just in the United States.
Oh, so do you know a specific part where she got aggressive?
Oh my!
Which is not true.
Would you like for me to play the entire 36 long video where she got aggressive?
You do not have to. You do not have to.
No, I'm just asking. I'm playing it. Like, where's the yelling?
You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
First question, is there another part where she got aggressive or something, or do you just not like when black women are,
it's literally like somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in the middle.
Let's go right to the middle.
That he thinks the family experience is a very important thing. It's a very good thing. But that
matter of fact, what's the part? What were they talking about? So I can find it.
I watched the video last night. I don't remember.
I'm sure. Right. Wait, you forgot the video that you watched last night?
I was falling asleep while watching it. Okay.
Oof. Right. So what were they talking about? What was the last thing you remember that they were talking about?
They were talking about the fact that Trump was talking about he was responding to one of her questions. The question was, how do you I think that was the part you just played. How can you trust?
So the start.
Then I seen another clip. I don't remember.
That is the start.
I don't remember.
How did you? This was not the middle of the interview. That was the start of the interview. You fell asleep at the start of the interview. Also, like I don't know what you're talking about.
Clip, but I don't remember it. But I remember.
Right. So what were they talking about?
I don't remember.
Right.
But
So what does an attitude look like?
It was literally the crowd. The crowd was cheering. Oh yeah. I remember now. I think the part was she was trying to talk, and then Trump was like, "Oh, you held me up for the last 35 minutes." And then she's like, "Mr. President, this and that." I'm like, "Bro, what is this lady saying?"
Oh wait, wait a minute. How was she the one that was rude when he interrupted her? I'm sorry. No. We're not doing this. He interrupted her and then lambasted her over something that she cannot control. If anything, the entire interview, Trump kept taking jabs at her for being late.
yeah, because she was late and she was being that disrespectful.
And actually, she wasn't being disrespectful. Not once was she being disrespectful. There's not once.
Some of the claims she was making were false. That's why she was being
name one claim that was false.
Accusing him of being racist. That's one.
He is very much racist. Also, she didn't accuse him of being racist. She just said the things that he's done. You can determine whether or not it's racist or not. She simply said what he did.
Okay.
And these are all things he did, right? So at what point in the video did she make the claim explicitly saying that he is racist?
At least right now,
embarrassing.
I cannot recall. But look at the first start of the video. She jumps right in. If this was Joe Biden or somebody else, she wouldn't have done that. She jumps right in. She's like,
yeah, you have no way of determining that. The reason that she jumped right in is because the interview was actually supposed to be an hour long. It didn't start till 30 minutes later. They had to rush. That is why she was making sure that Trump was staying on topic as much as possible, because they didn't have a lot of time on stage.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I don't have enough time on stage. Let me.
Oh yeah. Also, just really quickly, do you want to know why actually the interview was 30 minutes late?
Why?
Because the little cute thing about this interview was that it was going to be fact checked in real time. So as Trump was actually saying things, they would have people in a team fact checking everything that came out of his mouth. And the reason that it was 30 minutes late is because Trump didn't want that.
Wow.
He argued with them for 30 minutes. He was like, no one was late. No one was late. He didn't want people to fact check him as he was talking. That was the only reason why it was late. That was the reason it was 30 minutes late.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
That's literally what happened.
Okay. Well, do you have any evidence I can see? I'm gonna look this up.
Literally every single. What do you want? Like MSNB News. What do you want? What do you want?
Are you gonna give me the fake news? The fake news.
I don't know what you would determine as fake news. Literally every news outlet says the same thing. That the reason behind the delay was because Trump disputed the fact that they had real-time fact checkers.
Okay. I mean, there's most people that are saying is the real reason why is because they thought Kamala was supposed to be there.
Well, no, that's whether or not he believed that Kamala was going to be there or not was actually not why the interview started so late, right? The interview would have started whether Kamala was there or not. The reason the interview started late is because he disputed. Is because he disputed fact checkers.
Okay. Yeah. He's disputed fact checkers, so yeah. Let me go ahead. Let me try my best to go ahead and get these gotcha moments in here, so we can make.
These are not gotcha moments. I don't think you know what a gotcha is. Like I don't. Okay. What do you? I don't like calling out a person for their behavior is not a gotcha.
No. Bringing up something that you probably have no idea about is indeed a gotcha, right? It's indeed.
She's an ABC reporter. She 100% knows, and it's not a gotcha.
ABC News reporter, right? But if that was Kamala, if she's gonna bring up all the times that she locked up those black guys for smoking kush, of course she wouldn't, right?
Man, if only that had happened.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
thank you.
You mean to tell me that kush was illegal? People broke the law. Kamala put them in jail, but she didn't actually put them in jail. She advocated for them to not go to jail, started a movement that mentored them to make sure they stayed out of jail, expunged their records afterwards. What people are you guys referring to? Like who are you talking about? What black people are you referring to?
At the end of the day, I know Kamala. She wants to be a black person, right? Even though
she has always been a black person.
Oh my god, I don't even want to jump down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, jump down the rabbit hole, please.
Yeah, let's talk about the fact that now all of a sudden she wants to come out as black, but she's
always been black. She didn't just come out as black. She's always been black.
Indian. Her father's Indian. She dates a white man.
Her father is half black.
Her father's half black.
Yeah, she's black and Southeast Indian.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Can biracial people not exist all of a sudden?
Do biracial? If you do not have African in you, you are not black.
Everyone has African in them. That's where humans came from.
No, that is not true. That's not true.
That is true.
What, are you a Christian?
No, no. The earliest human remains have always been found in Africa. What are you talking about? Every human descends from Africa.
Nah, we lived in Pangea.
Right, and that would have been in modern day Africa, right? That area is where humans came from.
Yeah.
And then we dispersed.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, again, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, right?
Jump down the rabbit hole because you're talking about appeasing black people. I'm asking if black people are a monolith. What experiences is required of a black person in order to have a black experience? I think any experience that a black person has is a black experience if they are black, right? And Kamala is indeed black, so every experience she has, whether that be Indian or Jamaican, is a black experience. So now what are we talking about?
It's just the fact that. Again, I mean, I don't like her. She's gonna make abortions legal. I don't like that. She's gonna care too much about. I don't even know what she's gonna do for Palestine.
Yeah. So Biden as well as Kamala have a ceasefire on the table with Israel. So I don't.
So does Trump. Oh my goodness.
Where did Trump? Trump's not even in office to do that.
No. But he said he would make a deal. Right, he's gonna make a deal.
It doesn't matter though. Trump said he'd do a lot of things. Trump said he would get the hostages back from Russia. Who did it? Biden did. So what's going on here? Biden is the one who has all of these things on the table. Biden's the only one who's actually been able to bring these hostages home.
Oh my goodness! But yeah. You're talking about at the end of it, whenever he thought that he was gonna be president again, right? Yeah, that's the time period he said.
No, he did this yesterday.
No. I'm talking about Trump. When he said he was going to get these Russians out of, or the person out of Russia, this happened at the end of his election. I'm pretty sure.
I don't care what kind of promises he made. He quite literally said that Putin's only going to do it for him. He's only going to do it for me. I'm going to get him out, and then he fucking did it. Biden did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. I do have to head out. Thank you for being here.
Oof. Can I get an oof in the chat? By the way, you guys, thank you all so much for your gifts. It really does mean a lot to me. If you do want to support me further on, Cash App and Venmo in the bio, you guys already know. My DNC payments didn't come in today. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, 30.
Okay, so are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes.
And why is that?
Firstly, did that guy put you in a bad mood?
Did he put me in it? Why does everyone keep asking me if I'm angry?
No, I'm genuinely wondering.
Why would he do that?
Before I ask you my next question, I was just.
Why do people keep asking me about my emotional state?
Because we like you, Tashika.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so, when are you giving us them eyelash kits that you were talking about?
When I'm done. I had to put it on hold. There was a lot of things that have been going on. I had an entire different aesthetic that I wanted to go for, but I wanted to change it.
Oh, okay. That was it. I was just curious.
That's all you were here, girl. Get it up. All right, let's go on to the next person. But yeah, I had the art and the name down. Then I was like, no, I want it to actually be something that's more me-esque. So I was going to rename it a nickname that I had growing up, and I thought that would be a lot more cute, but that would mean to change the whole aesthetic. you know. So yeah. But there's been a lot of things that have been going on, so we had to put some things on hold, y'all. Hi, how old are you?
Hi.
Cool. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, so are you voting for Donald Trump?
I actually have a question for you.
Regarding?
Kamala. Miss
Okay.
Kamala.
What did you say?
Nothing. So, how do you feel about Kamala pandering?
Did somebody kick them? I didn't say to kick them. Anyway, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 22, and I'm voting for my soror.
I don't know what that means.
I'm voting for Kamala. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just looking for people who are voting MAGA.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had actually one quick question.
My DMs are open, but I'm just looking to speak to people who are voting MAGA. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 23.
Okay, are you voting for Trump?
No, and I was going to go off because you just said you were only having people
Okay.
who are voting MAGA.
All right, appreciate you.
But,
Let's go on to the next
yeah.
person, y'all.
Appreciate you too.
Let's go on to the next person. Sign. Hi, how old are you?
23.
Okay, what year were you born?
Texas.
I said what year?
Oh. I'm 23.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Let's go on to the next person. I'm scared. I'm a little bit afraid. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 51.
Well, are you voting for Trump?
I am.
And why is that?
Well, being that I'm 51 years old, I've gone through so many different presidents and all that throughout the years. Lived 4 years with Trump, lived the 4 years with Biden. And if you look at the economics, basically we're owner operators. We own our own business. And we're looking at financially the difference between then and now. Prices of fuel have gone up. Prices of groceries have gone up. During the Trump administration, all of that was lower. We didn't have to worry about paying $2,000 a week for fuel.
Yeah, so what did he do to cause that?
What did Trump do to cause that? For it to go down? He opened up the oil drilling down here in Texas. As soon as he came in, he opened it up. And
right,
Biden,
so how do we know that that affected these prices?
Because Biden, when Biden first got into office,
You said oil drilling where?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, go ahead, keep talking.
As soon as Biden got into office, Biden shut all of that stuff down. And as soon as he shut all that down, he lost all those jobs for the people that were employed over there, and gas prices started going up.
Well, this sounds incredibly vague, so...
it's not vague. Yeah, look up the...
Right. So what gas are you referring to?
Regular gas, diesel gas, both gases.
And what did he do?
What did Trump do? Or what did Biden do?
He increased domestic oil production?
Yes.
Right, so... What
gas
did Biden
prices
do?
were $1.82 when Trump was in office. Gas prices now are almost $4 a gallon.
Right, and
diesel
so
prices went up from right around $2.50 or so up to about $4, $5, $6 in some places.
Right, so you do realize that Biden also influenced for companies to invest in more domestic oil drilling as well, right?
I have not heard that, no. But I know
that is indeed what he did. But
Well-
also gas prices, like because of what was going on, just like geopolitically, a lot of the time these gas prices are going to increase. Like I don't know, like America is a part of the world, so the things that happen in the world are going to affect America. So to help with that particular crisis, Biden called back all of these companies to drill within America to lessen this dependency on outside, countries and sources. So like I don't. Why do we know about one and not the other?
Okay, so basically you're saying that Biden is bringing in more resources for fuel than Trump did, is basically how you explain that.
I'm sorry, so that again you cut out for me.
I said basically you are saying that Biden's bringing in more fuel for us.
Yeah, we're
Where's he
drilling.
getting that-
We're
where's he
drilling.
getting that
We're
fuel from.
We're drilling more oil under Biden than Trump, like than ever in American history.
Where is he getting that fuel from? Where is he getting doing the drilling at?
It's domestic. So I believe I don't know the particular states.
Well, for one, I live in Texas. We have one of the largest areas that do the drilling and all of that. I know personal people that are working out there on the oil rigs and stuff like that. But I do know that during the time that Trump was in office, all of those people were employed. Now they're not. In Texas, the largest area.
What people are you referring to?
Oil people, but people that work on the oil rigs.
How can this be possible?
It's possible because I live down here in Texas. I understand.
If
I know
Biden,
the people that are working there.
If Biden is incentivizing for companies to start drilling more in America to lessen our dependency on like foreign labor, would this not bring extra jobs back to America? What are you talking about? They're still drilling oil.
They're not in Texas, anyways. They're not.
That doesn't mean that they're not drilling oil more.
In Texas, I can only base what I know about Texas. So in Texas, the day that Biden came into
It's the
office,
worst way for you to have information if you're just basing shit off Texas.
No, I'm talking about the people that work in the Texas oil fields.
Okay.
There are so many people that have lost their jobs that worked on the Texas oil fields and had to go to find other jobs. Because when Biden came in, he shut that down.
What did he shut down? He shut
shut down.
Is there a particular pipeline? What are you talking about?
He shut down the oil drilling in Texas the day he came in. Look it up.
Yeah, that's a no. President Biden did not shut down oil drilling in Texas. However, there's been significant policy changes and regulatory adjustments during his administration that have affected the oil and gas industry. The Biden administration has focused on reducing new drilling. So new drilling, he reduced new drilling on federal lands and waters, which does not directly impact the drilling on private lands or state-managed lands like those in Texas. Most drilling in Texas occurs under private lands and or state-controlled lands, not federal. He also had environmental regulations. We understand that Biden has been very open about his clean energy policies. So the Biden administration has introduced stricter environmental regulations and standards aimed at reducing emissions and addressing the climate change. These regulations can impact the oil and gas operations, but they do not equate to the blanket shutdown of of drilling industries. Then there's also a matter of permits and leasing. Biden's approach involved slowing down the issuance of new federal oil and gas leases and permits. However, this mainly affects areas managed by federal authorities, not private or state, where much of Texas drilling occurs. So a lot of the things that he put in place wouldn't even affect Texas.
It has.
But it didn't. But it wouldn't though, right? So what you would be referring to would be more on the federal level, right?
What source is that from?
What source is this from?
Yes. What website is that?
Well, this is no particular website. This is just what he's done, right? These are literally just the permits and acts that he's passed, right? So I believe it was the things. No, that's the wrong name. Forgot what it's called. Hold on. Right, so they went ahead and issued rules on drilling on federal lands, but this is just like, which one would you like? What kind of source would you prefer?
Just one that's non-specific to you're gonna not like you're not gonna like what I say, but not CNN, not those type of news stations, just regular websites, not news.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Fucking E&E? You want the fact sheet from the White House?
White House one would be fine.
Right. So it just like it'll just be called this is April 30th, 2024. The Biden-Harris administration delivers on permitting progress to build America's infrastructure and clean energy future faster, safer, and cleaner. This goes over what they talked about regarding that. So do you want that?
Look up look up for when Biden came in office, what he did the day that he came in office with the oil drilling in Texas or the oil drilling.
What did Biden do in his first day?
In his first week.
He signed an order halting new oil and gas leases on federal lands and waters because he wanted to promote clean energy. And then there was also the Keystone Pipeline.
So
rejoining the Paris Agreement.
So what does that entail? What did he do? What did that do? Did that shut down the oil drilling?
Not for Texas. Not for Texas. A lot of the oil drilling in Texas is private. He only shut it down for federal.
What's the name of that? The Permian Basin is not private.
Okay.
And he shut that down.
Okay.
That's over out in Midland, Odessa.
Okay.
Area.
Okay.
So he did shut that down.
If it was federal, then yes. Now what?
So that's like one of our big areas where we get it from. But anyways.
But he didn't stop the drilling. You do know that, right? He stopped new drilling. He didn't stop the drilling. He stopped new drilling.
So basically my point to that is that when Biden got into the war with Ukraine and Russia and all of that stuff, he shut down Russia's access to the drilling to our oils, our gases and stuff like that. And his reason behind that was because if he shuts down the oil, processing of the oil, drilling and things like that, if he shuts it down, it hurts their economy. So for shutting down any new drilling, which is what you're saying it was, I have done my research.
Yeah, so this whole shutting down new drilling, I don't know why you're talking about Russia. We were just talking about Texas, but you know.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying what Biden did. Biden shut it down basically to hurt them. He hurt them. He hurt their economy.
Okay.
If it hurts an economy to shut down drilling, any drilling, new or old, if it shuts down that, then it's going to hurt our economy too. So for him shutting it down, he knew for new drilling is what, if we'll go with what you're saying, for the new drilling, he shut us down. And now he shut Russia down. And he explained why he shut Russia down and what that did to Russia. When he shut Russia down, it hurt their economy. So why is it not the same for it hurting our economy?
Because he didn't stop us drilling. He stopped new drilling because one, he wants to advocate for American dependency. Because a lot of the time, a lot of our goods we depend on foreign lands for. And two, he wants to go into clean energy. because that lowers one how much we need to pay. We could do it on our own land. This also helps with the environment, sustaining the environment, lowering greenhouse emissions. Like, but of course he's going to do this.
Do you know how electric cars are charged up?
Why is this relevant? There's a freaking mosquito in here.
It's a legit question. And then I'll explain the relevancy.
No, I don't have an electric car, so no, I don't know.
Okay, so electric cars are are recharged by a box that carries our electricity into it.
No, so a charger.
It's a huge giant generator. You know what fuels that generator?
What fuels the generator?
Gas.
Yeah.
So if it's for a clean economy, why are we using gas generators to fill up our cars?
So greenhouse doesn't mean the complete eradication of gas, and also, where are you getting this from?
I can drive past a generator and see that there's one down there.
There's a freaking bug in my. Anyway,
I hate when that happens.
There was like a huge fucking mosquito in here. Anyway, I'm
getting the information
sorry.
because I can go down to the the fuel truck stop where my husband gets diesel for his truck. I go down there and you can see the generator down there, and it's run off of fuel.
Okay.
So basically, the cars are to get rid of the electric cars are to get rid of emissions and all this. The
right. So
energy.
that's not what Biden advocates for. He's literally never advocated. He's literally never advocated for like the complete like doing away with of like gas. And also, these chargers are connected to an electrical grid.
Not
this electricity can come from particular sources like coal or gas, but that's fine, right? His overall wants for this is to reduce greenhouse emissions, of which cars that we drive produce in abundance. So like I don't see the issue with this.
Okay, well I'll go back.
That's not what green means.
I'll go back to I'll just kind of go back a different way. So fuel prices are up under Biden. Fuel prices were down under Trump.
Man, I wonder what could be happening under Biden that could cause this.
Groceries are up under Biden. Fuel prices, groceries were lowered under Trump.
Right. COVID happened under Trump.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Right. So
most
did
definitely.
Trump cause COVID?
He did not. No.
How do we know this? It happened under his presidency.
It don't matter. You won't ever.
Why doesn't it not? Why does it not matter all of a sudden?
You won't ever be able to know the true answer.
Why does it? Wait, I'm sorry. Why does it all of a sudden not matter when it comes to Trump?
There's no answer on who caused COVID except for China.
But it happened.
It's been proven that it was China.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter though. It made its way to the U.S. under Trump's presidency. So how is it not his fault? How is it not his fault?
How do you stop a virus from coming over?
Damn. But wait. But he was president though.
You can't stop a virus.
Awesome. Right. So there was nothing that he specifically did to allow for this widespread pandemic?
Not in my opinion, no.
Damn, that's so crazy. So how do you know that he caused these particular prices?
Do you know the history of our presidents?
Yeah, that's not answering my question. So what did he do?
Under every Democratic president, our prices went up. Under every Republican
I don't know why you're yapping at me right now. I asked you.
I'm not yapping.
If something's simply happening under a president, right, is not automatically that president's fault, why is the prices of gas and groceries suddenly the president's fault all of a sudden when it's convenient to you?
It's not. It's not the same.
What's the difference?
A virus is something that is not controlled by a person.
Yeah, neither are
Gas prices.
neither are gas prices.
It is.
No,
it is.
It's not controlled by the president. Gas prices are controlled by supply and demand.
Okay, well, I'm going to respectfully disagree.
You have no reason to. I'm asking you, what did he do to cause these particular gas prices, and you're unable to tell me what.
I've already explained. We opened up more drilling under Trump. We've shut down that drilling under Biden.
We did not. Right. So again, he's only talking about federal, and also this would not affect Texas as to what you're describing. What the fuck is that? Oh, there's like 2 mosquitoes in my room that are harassing me endlessly. So I don't know what to tell you.
I just realized I'm going to accept defeat because you are not going to be able to understand anything that I've got to say, and I do get.
I understood what you were saying. It was just misinformation.
I do get frustrated whenever I'm talking to people. Sometimes, not saying that I'm frustrated with what you're saying or anything. Sometimes it is hard for me to explain things. It's easier when I'm.
No, I just think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what green energy actually looks like.
No, I understand what green energy looks like.
Well, no, the fact that you, well, no, you don't need to be dumb to not understand it. The fact that you brought up the fact that like these charging ports are like powered by like coal or oil shows that you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what the green, like, us going green actually means. It doesn't mean the eradication of all things oil. It means the lowering of emissions.
How is what he's doing, how has what Biden has done helped us in any way with our fuel prices?
Right. So the way that he helped us with our fuel prices, particularly during like the geopolitical things going on right now, is he actually gave investors a lot of tax incentives to come over here and promote drilling in the U.S. so we wouldn't have to like depend on foreign land for their oil. He actually, I believe, called on these like extra reserves. Matter of fact, where are my notes here? Sorry. Oh, some fell. Go ahead and grab this real quick. Oh no. Let me see. Oh, big book, sorry. Let me go ahead and grab this. Perfect.
Can I ask why you're doing that? What state are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And did you say that foreign investors were investing?
Right.
So
he gave
on our own oil.
No, he gave these investors of these companies tax incentives for investing in places in America. Right. So in terms of, let's see here, in terms of clean energy, this would be the IRA, and this would be called the Inflation Reduction Act. So in terms of clean energy, the IRA expanded and extended tax incentives for renewable energy from these companies, such as wind, solar, and geothermal power. It extended production tax credits and investment tax credits. It helped lower the cost of renewable energy projects. So this incentivizes these companies to take more renewable energy routes. This being electric vehicles, energy efficiency, manufacturing, and innovation, because by providing these tax incentives, these companies are more likely to develop ways in order to be able to use it so they can get these tax incentives. This improves energy storage and environmental justice. We understand that lower income communities or disenfranchised communities in general are more likely to be victims of pollution and greenhouse emissions, because of the things that they have been forced to use, because they cannot typically afford these, cleaner, energy ways of living. But even still, right now, this is taking time to fully assess, but there are still some improvements there, as well as the CHIPS Act that invests in domestic semiconductor manufacturing to reduce the dependency on foreign supply chains and to boost the U.S. economy. This funds the research and development of scientific fields. Provides a skilled workforce development. It offers a 25% investment tax credit for semiconducting manufacturing in the U.S. It improves national security by lessening the need of foreign labor, and particularly from China as well.
So you're saying things like solar and the things that that give us clean energy is helping us lower our fuel prices, lower our electric bills, lower all of these things?
Yes. One, because
when will that happen?
This is still in the works right now. This is a pretty recent bill, so a lot of this is still to be determined. But right now, it's actually boosting our domestic production because he's incentivizing for these companies to act more on American soil. Let me see. This also sparks the innovation and competitiveness between these companies to evolve their inventions in terms of clean energy. Let's see. Oh, this also mitigates the supply chain disruptions during geopolitical tensions, right? So like we're seeing right now, like we say, like Russia and the issues that we'd have with there in terms of supply chains. Investing in companies in America and to be able to allow them to innovate the way that other countries outside of the U.S. have been able to do so. We are just less dependent on countries outside of the U.S.
But we're dependent on countries outside of the U.S. to get funding brought in to get that clean energy and things like that over here.
Yeah,
so
we won't.
We're not dependent on them.
What are you talking about? This lessens our dependency on them.
How does it lessen whenever they're the ones that are funding the projects?
They're not funding the projects.
You just said that you got domestic investors.
Right, domestic means here.
I mean, not domestic. You said foreign. You said foreign investors.
I didn't say foreign investors. I said we rely on foreign labor.
What about American labor?
Right, that's what he's advocating for. Right, these bills brought jobs to America.
What jobs?
Right, so these higher paying jobs that include infrastructure jobs like building roads, buildings, etc., as well as like the jobs that we required to like innovate like clean energy, whatever those jobs would entail. A lot of the time, this would be outside of the country. These things would be done, but now he's advocating for it to be done within the country. My stutter is so bad today.
Okay, well, I'm just still not seeing. I mean, I'm not going to convince you to change your mind on who you're voting for, and I don't.
You can if you provide actual evidence. This whole like giving up because I'm never going to change my mind. I'm not you. Okay, so.
Oh, I don't have a problem.
If you provide evidence,
Republican.
Right? So if you provide evidence for why something should be like a particular way or like any kind of bills that he passed, then I can change my vote. I'm very open to it.
I'm on my phone,
but you
so
can't.
I don't have the opportunity to pull up. I don't have the opportunity to pull up things because I'm on my phone. I don't have my.
You can. It's not going to kick you from the live. It'll just pause you.
Actually, for some reason, it usually just gives me the little window down at the bottom. But for some reason, when I try to pull up things, it pulls me out of the app completely for some reason right now.
But yeah, but if you want to go look for sources, and I can probably bring it back up later, you can do so. But the people with low attention spans are looking at a different live right now, so it's.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I've got low attention spans too. I mean, I have a lot of facts because of my brother. My brother is actually a Democrat and full blown hates Trump, all of this kind of stuff. So, and I have been able to actually prove him wrong on a lot of things, and he's so stuck in his way that I can't actually, you know, he'll change the subject. Like basically, I will tell him one thing and I can prove it to him. His sources that he likes is like CNN and things like that. So I actually went in on a CNN website and I pulled up what he was talking about and proved him wrong. And he just changed the subject, not wanting to.
Well, it sounds like your brother's not good at debating. Then it's okay to concede and still hold your political. You can concede on particular things and not abandon your entire political beliefs. But I think that is an issue within people who support Democrats, is that they are very opposed to criticism of the Democratic Party. And I think there are some criticisms of the Democratic Party that are pretty valid, that even I agree with. But, you know, you can still do all this and not, like, abandon the entire party. It's not a cult. You don't have to agree with everything that they do.
Yeah, and so coming down to that point right there. So coming down to that, you've got the history of both of these two presidents, Biden and Trump, before Kamala came in. You've got these two others.
Really quickly, I know this is a common mispronunciation of her name. It's Kamala, like Kamala.
Kamala, okay. So you go with Biden and Trump. Biden was the one that was going to be running again. And you look at the last 4 years of each of them, and you can, in my opinion, you can see where it was better under the Trump administration.
I do not see this. I do not see where it was better under the Trump administration. Not at all.
You're how old?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Can I ask if you live on your own?
I could, but I'm staying with my parents because they are older.
Okay. So are you getting financial help from being in your parents' house?
No,
nothing
I pay for everything. No, the only thing that I get financial help for is because I'm under my father's insurance because I'm 22.
Okay. I'm just going based off of being, you know, I own two businesses. I own a house. I own several cars, things like that. So I just know based off of economic for us from the 2 years, I know that my years were better under Trump. Now, I'm not.
My years are better under Biden. I'm making so much goddamn cash. It's unbelievable.
I'm not pro-Trump. So I'm not so much.
But he hasn't done anything.
But you were not. Let's see. You were what? 22. You were like 18, 19 at the time when Trump was in office?
When Trump was in office, well, no. When Biden was, no. At the end of Trump's presidency was, you know, when I first was able to vote. So I was 18 by that time, that year.
Okay. So again, like I was saying, I have years of financial, growing. I've, got the businesses and things like that. I've got all of these type of things going on. And under that, there is a lot of differences. I can't prove the differences based off of going to websites. I can prove it based off of my bank account.
Well, this doesn't make any sense though, because again, this doesn't mean anything. There's nothing that he did in particular to cause for you to be able to succeed. And I'm proud that you're able to succeed. I'm happy for you that you had such a great experience under his presidency. I've been making so much goddamn cash under the Biden administration, right? It just so happens that it was Biden that was president. He hasn't actually done anything that would affect me specifically that would allow me to make more money, right? I don't even get benefits from the state, right? So I don't see where I'm asking you if you're just going to be basing whether or not you're going to be voting for a candidate based off of how you experienced life coincidentally under their presidency, this is very ill-informed voting. There's nothing that he did to cause this for you.
I go based off of what I've learned, what I've seen, what I hear from other people talking, what I watch. I don't even like watching the debates and things like that because
you should, because that's how you find out what they've done as a president. But like, if you say that you're a business owner, I see why you'd want to support Trump, because he definitely did give people like you tax cuts, right? But this ended up hurting everyone else. So if you don't care about how these particular bills affect other people, then that's fine, right? That's your right as an American citizen. But like, other than that, there's literally nothing that he's done to help your bank account.
When Trump was in office, my bank account was a lot more than what it is now. With Biden in office, it's a lot lower.
I'm sure it was with that tax cut bill. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get the tax cuts that you're thinking.
Oh, so then if you're right, so then if you weren't even involved in this bill, then like there's nothing that Trump could have done that actually helped you. So this is what I'm saying. Like this type of voting is like very harmful, like extremely harmful.
Well, I go based off of the candidate themselves, and I go based off of their history. I will admit,
you mean Trump's racist and sexual abuser history? That history?
I will go as far as to say that I liked a lot of Obama's.
We're not talking about Obama right now. We're talking about the fact
I'm
that
just
you're
saying,
about to.
I'm not just pro Republican.
You've already said. I know you've already, and I trust you. I believe you when you say this, right? But the thing that you're voting on is based off of something that you don't even know that he was responsible for. He just so happened to be president when you made money.
I made more money under Trump. I made less under Biden. I made less under Obama.
What do you do as a job, may I ask?
For me personally, my business is I make T-shirts and tumblers and cups, and I designs all that type of stuff.
So what about that could ever be affected by Trump's presidency?
That was not. The trucking industry that my husband and I are in is what was affected.
Right, by what though? What policy? What action? What bill?
Again, I can't pull that up.
You need to be able to pull that up, because that is how you determine whether or not he was responsible for this. Like, you're just voting for this out of convenience, and I find that to be like very irresponsible. You seem like a nice person, right? You seem like a very nice person, but like I think this type of voting is very, very, very irresponsible. I think you could be doing a lot more for yourself by actually looking into what candidates actually do to bring money into your pocket, instead of just looking at like a correlation causation fallacy.
Again, I can't pull anything up right now because of the fact that my phone is not allowing me to do that. So I can't.
Well then, how about this? So either you can drop down, you can go look up some stuff, maybe write it down somewhere, and then later, if my mods see you in the guest request, they can probably bring you up again. But for right now, I think the way in which you're voting right now is like wholly like uninformed. Like, this is uninformed voting right here.
No, again, I told you I stumble and all that whenever I'm trying to have conversations like this. And I probably should have had my laptop whenever I came on to here. I wasn't thinking about that. But I do have more behind what I say. I do have more. And I'm also reading what the people are saying in the chats as well. And I probably shouldn't be, because that sidetracks me. But I do have my reasons for voting for Trump over Kamala. Okay. So I do have my reasons for voting different for him. But it's hard to back it up because, again, I don't have my computer right here in front of me.
Okay, so then in the meantime, either you can go grab it, or you can go write it down somewhere. But I at this point, I'm going to have to move on to the next person, because there's not much of a conversation we can have if one of us is going to be spouting information at the other, but then they're unable to provide any kind of like tangible proof of what they're saying, right? So
yeah. Well, and somebody just said I'm not coming back, and I probably won't, because I've got to go. I've got some orders I got to get taken care of today.
And that's fine.
I got to go take care of that, and I'll be busy today. So
it's okay. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for, I was kind of worried that you might attack me, and I'm very thankful that you didn't. So, I appreciate that.
I'm not a monster. I don't know why people think that.
Well, I just was watching you for a few before I decided to click to join, but I just was hoping that we were going to be able to have a good conversation on this. Before I go, can I ask you a question? And it's up to you if you want to answer it or not. But can you tell me why you're voting for not for Trump?
Well, one, I'm definitely not voting for Trump because I don't think that sexual abusers have a right to be in office. I don't think that racists have a right to be in office. I don't believe that Trump has the country's best interests at heart. I think he plays heavily into appealing to white nationalists, Christian nationalists, just all over the blistering underbelly of America that we really don't like to talk about. He appeals to them because they feel left out, and he makes them feel like they actually have, some kind of value, right? And I don't believe that they should be, because I think they are what sets us back as a society. Now, Kamala Harris, on the other hand, supports many bills of which Biden has supported during her vice presidency, such as like the bills that I've gone over with you, like the CHIPS Act, the infrastructure bill, et cetera, things like that, as well as her stance on a woman's right to choose, and bringing Roe v. Wade back to the federal level, as well as her stances on gun violence. I really do appreciate that from her as well. All around, I just like her just as a person. But in terms of her actual policies, I agree with those as well.
Okay, and then can you answer real quick how Trump is racist?
Right. So we understand that Trump is a racist, one, because he's quite literally said racist things. He's said in the past that he believes that black people, quote, are inherently violent. It has a lawsuit because his company refused to sell to black patrons. The fact that he said regarding African countries that people should go back to their shithole countries, that is an inherently racist, xenophobic talking point. The fact that during the Charlottesville protests, in which it was literally a Klan meeting, a Klan rally, he said that there were good people on both sides. He must believe that literal KKK members are good people. Things such as that. He very much is racist. His party, banks on it.
Okay.
The Central Park Five as well. He advocated for the death penalty for 5 young black boys.
Yeah, I just recently learned about that, but I haven't read into it too much. I just had heard about it just recently.
I think you should. It's a very painful story. But it really does highlight the overall bias we have within our system. But yes, Trump has been criticized many times for his calling of the death penalty for literal children. So,
okay, one more question.
Also, he was found legally liable for sexual assault, so he's a rapist as well. He was also friends with a known child trafficker. Thank you for the hand heart. Thank you so much. And was aware of the fact that he was attracted to, younger women, and bragged about it.
One more question for you, and I'm not trying to be rude whenever I ask this, but can you explain to me how Kamala is black and not from Asia? Where's Indian?
She is Southeast Indian. She's mixed race. Her mother is Indian. Her father is Jamaican.
But he's an Indian Jamaican.
Right, he's also black.
He's born in Jamaica, but he
is also black. He's also mixed race.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go because I got to go get to work.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go on to the next person, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate you. I don't know if he was native. I don't know if there's any more native people in Jamaica. That's the entire point of what Jamaica is.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25. I was born in 99.
Cool. So are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am, most definitely.
And why is that?
Well, I just don't think Kamala Harris is fit to serve the USA.
It's Kamala Harris.
Real quick, my goal here is actually to have a debate, so I'm going to say my point real quick. I'm going to provide my facts.
Yeah, so when you say your point, I require you to say her name correctly. You understand?
How do you pronounce it, sorry?
It's Kamala.
Kamala, sure. Okay, so I'm gonna say my point. I'm not gonna have talking points. I'm not gonna yell at you. My goal here is actually to come to a common ground of understanding. You know,
I don't care. I don't really. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me get into it then. So
you can be loud and right. I don't care.
Okay, let me get into it. So basically, Kamala Harris is simply just not fit to serve the USA. Kamala, sorry. My number one reason is lack of experience. You know, if we look at her 2020 presidential campaign, she struggled severely to maintain momentum. She dropped out before the primaries. You know, this raised a lot of questions about her strategy and ability to connect to voters on a national level. We have to look at each presidential candidate and how they got there. Kamala Harris stands out because she's indifferent from how she got to her position. How do you choose a presidential candidate? They either have certain policies, you know, ideas, or just a certain demeanor about them that the general population votes and they like, right? So Donald Trump got where he is because he was voted there. Same with Joe Biden, et cetera, et cetera. Kamala Harris got where she is because Joe Biden dropped out. Kamala, sorry. I'm just going to call her Miss Harris, okay? She got where she is because...
Oh, that's terrible. That's even worse than saying her name wrong.
She got where she is because Joe Biden dropped out. So she has to work double time into, you know, kind of proving that she's fit to serve this position. Her track record doesn't support that she can run an effective campaign strategy.
Why are you talking about her track record as what? Like as a politician?
Yeah, she has a poor track record as a politician, as a businessman.
Where are you getting this from? What poor track record? What are you referring to?
Okay, so let's, like I said, we got to look at the track record. So Kamala Harris graduated from the Howard University in 1986. She failed her first bar exam, right? So
a lot of
that school is like maybe not even the top 100s of schools, right?
A lot of people failed the bar exam the first time.
Sure, yeah. Donald Trump graduated from the Wharton School University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in economics. That's the #1 business school in the USA. This doesn't logically add up. It's like
logically add up.
It's like getting like a multi-trillion-dollar business, and then let's say the CEO has to step down for whatever health reason. It's like getting the son to fill in, but he has no experience. Sure, maybe he wants to diversify the workplace. That's amazing.
You're just assuming she has no experience. You just described how she has experience. I'm confused.
But that has no experience in business.
She was a senator and a prosecutor. What's going on here?
But how does that relate to politicians or being an effective leader? That doesn't. She has no track record.
Or the fact that she would keep people committing low-level crimes out of jails by providing them with mentoring programs.
That's false.
And then that's not false at all. It was actually like one of the very successful programs.
What about the controversy death row incident?
Right. There's no evidence for what she did.
Actually, there is.
And that would be
PolitiFact. This is like a news place that provides political information. You know, and this is a quote from them. Kamala Harris is accused of mishandling the case of Kevin Cooper.
Accused.
A death row inmate by not allowing DNA testing. So basically, he opposed advanced. So this guy was innocent. It wasn't a 5-year, 10-year life sentence. He was facing death row. And him and his attorney wanted to provide advanced DNA testing to prove his innocence. She opposed that. And then later she took back her position because of criticism and an appeal from the Cooper's attorney.
Right. So where did it say that she withheld some kind of evidence that would free him from death row? Because it just said that she was accused of this.
She wanted to not allow them to get advanced DNA testing. I think on a case with death row to try to tell someone, listen, we're not going to allow you to get DNA testing to prove your innocence. That just goes to show her personality, how she is, right? Maybe she was a really hardcore prosecutor, but that's just evil. Like, come on. That's pure evil. That fact came from PolitiFact.com. You can Google that. But yeah, straight up, just that.
2014, Kamala Harris's office was involved in a case where the defense team for a man named Kevin Cooper, who was on death row, sought DNA testing that could potentially exonerate him. Cooper had maintained his innocence for years, and the DNA evidence was considered crucial for the case. Harris's office opposed the further DNA testing at that time, arguing that it was unnecessary, and existing evidence had already supported his conviction. This decision criticized by some who felt that additional DNA testing would be important in ensuring justice and potentially clearing Cooper if he was held innocent.
Why would it be unnecessary?
I'm not done reading. Harris has expressed support for the criminal justice reform, and has advocated for changes to the justice system, including efforts to address wrongful convictions. The Cooper case remains a point of controversy and debate regarding her record as Attorney General. Oh, okay.
But like, why would she oppose that advanced DNA testing to prove his innocent? That's insanity.
Because they thought it was unnecessary.
But how is it unnecessary? Like
they thought the evidence was already damning.
But we got to think logically, okay? So you have evidence against someone. He wants to say, listen, I want to provide advanced DNA testing to prove that I'm innocent. To oppose that, like if you were strong on your point and the evidence was daring, wouldn't you say, okay, yeah, sure, prove that you're innocent? It just seemed like she wanted to get a case and she didn't really care. That's just one thing, right?
Well, no, that's just you assuming this, but they gave a reason.
Well, you know,
like whether or not you disagree with it is perfectly fine. Like it's perfectly fine for you to disagree with it. And also, he was proven guilty. So
sorry, can you hear me?
Like Kevin Cooper was in.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Yeah, Miss, the live is bugging out for me. I don't know if anyone else has seen the lag.
Anyway, my mom came in saying she's gonna eat the rest of the crab. I was like, it's yours anyway. Anyway, so but yeah, so he was guilty. He was guilty, and they felt it was unnecessary because. Fuck was that? Okay, but yeah, he was found guilty. So.
It's just the mindset of it, right? And we can disagree on that. That's fine. But can you tell me why?
Well, I don't have to agree with everything that Kamala does. I really don't. I could still think that she's better than Trump.
But okay, so exactly, that's my next question. Prove
and
to
also,
me.
I'm not gonna shit on her for doing her job.
So what has she done to prove that she can be an effective leader of the USA, the United States of America? How, like, right, can you please articulate to me how she can fit that role?
Right. So, like, even before her time as vice president, Kamala has been very open about her policies regarding like low-level crimes, right? Like even regarding her. Do you know what the Back on Track is?
I'm not too. I heard of it. I'm not too familiar with it.
Right. So Back on Track was an initiative that was launched by Kamala Harris and her team, in which they would not prosecute those committing low-level crimes, nonviolent and low-level drug crimes, because and not because of anything. And in response to that, they would instead of sending them to prison, they would put them in mentoring programs that would help them build up job skills and build their credit, teach them other things that will help them through life to maintain and build generational wealth. And when they were able to finish this program, she would then expunge their records to make sure that they were able to seek employment, right? We understand that like the root causes of these particular types of crime is poverty. They don't have a lot of education. They don't have anything else to do, right? So by not imprisoning these people, but instead attacking and fixing the circumstances in which makes them more likely to commit these types of crimes, she instead attacked that part, right? She
so how
instead
does that benefit the USA? How does that benefit the United States of America? Like
by having less people in prison.
States of America. Like what does she
by having less people in prison, right? So this was her work.
But how does that significantly impact the overall health of the United States economy?
By having less people in prison, contributing to the economy by having jobs.
So you think that's better than Donald Trump's tax cuts and
his tax cuts to billionaires
and his deregulations and his trade policies and his infrastructure
tax cuts to his tax. You mean what infrastructure investments? You mean the ones that Biden had?
The Trump advocated for increased investments in infrastructure.
I don't care what he advocated for. What did he pass?
What has Biden passed?
The infrastructure bill, bills to put a cap on medication costs, like the CHIPS Act, the PACT Act for veterans.
Okay, okay, that's great stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I can't say that's not good. That's good stuff.
Right. So
like,
I don't really care what Trump has advocated for. The guy was president for 4 years, couldn't get that done. Biden was president for 4 years, got this all done. So now what?
Okay.
Oh, I have a date tomorrow. Sweet.
COVID really affected that. And I don't know, if you were to ask the average American citizen, Biden didn't really do a good job. He actually negatively affected the economy by overspending, giving away money, and sure, maybe he passed an infrastructure deal. But what about when they closed the pipelines and they lost X amount of jobs, you know?
I think it's perfectly fine since Biden, we all know that Biden has been very open and advocating for clean energy. The pipeline was unnecessary. Biden was not the only one to, I'm not done speaking. I'm going to tell you why. So Biden was not the only one to oppose this pipeline. Not only that, it was also, not Trump, Obama that opposed the pipeline as well. This pipeline had been denied like 3 fucking times. It was actually insane. You want to know why? Because one, it would be going through Native American soil. We do not have the right to sacrifice their land for a couple jobs. Second of all, there was also serious environmental harm that could befall if anything happened to that pipeline. It was not worth the risk.
What?
There were several environmental issues that caused like the cancellation of the Keystone pipeline, right? But it doesn't really matter again because Biden was already investing in clean energy. This would be wholly unnecessary. This would be unnecessary and then putting people's lives at risk for no reason.
Potentially, right? Is what you're saying.
I don't care if it's potential, right? That was one of the main arguments against the Keystone pipeline was that it caused significant, that it had like high potentiality to cause significant environmental harm if anything were to go wrong. I don't think the lives of I'm not done speaking. I don't think the lives of like Native American people and the surrounding ecosystem should be at risk in case anything happens to this pipeline. I don't care. Right, this was just in benefit to Canada. We didn't actually need it if we were already engaging in green energy.
Okay, so yeah, is there anything else you could tell me about Kamala Harris and why she is fit for the USA? Like,
Kamala. Right. So with her 20 years of her under her belt with her political resume, the fact that she supports the bills, like I think people need to understand that like Biden has pretty much laid out the groundwork for her in terms of these bills. Right. Not only that, there are also because of her and Biden, there is also a ceasefire on the table between Israel and Palestine. She also has policies that she wants to enact in terms of gun violence. She also has other policies that she wants to enact in terms of a woman's right to choose. Of which Trump opposes both of those. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for her.
But that doesn't like necessarily like generally. It doesn't significantly impact the United States of America.
It definitely does. A woman's right to choose does impact that is half the United States.
No, I agree with that. Sure, a woman's right to choose, like sure, I can agree with that on a certain extent. Like, you know, it's in my opinion, it's case by case, right? Like if you, let's say, for example, you got raped, right? And you had a child. Like,
I advocate for elective abortions. I believe that if a person does not want to have a child, they should not be forced to have a child.
I agree.
And she supports that.
It's a very touchy subject because, like, you know, yes, I agree with that, but you have the two-sided blade where it's okay, but you can't just be running around having unsafe, you know, intercourse and...
Oh, so you want children to be forced into the homes of people that are unsafe?
I never said that. I just said that...
So then what would you want for these people then?
To be more responsible.
But that's not something that we can mandate, right? You can't mandate. Hey, Bubba, you can't mandate responsibility. Abortions have not stopped under the abortion ban. It has not stopped. What actually happened is people are taking more dangerous routes, or even sacrificing their freedom, right? Because they can go to jail for abortion. They have not stopped. So you cannot mandate morality, right? That's like saying I'm not done. No, it doesn't. The only percentage of abortions that have been lowered are medical abortions, right? Safe abortions. But abortions are still very much happening. People are going to die at a higher rate. So when we project this at a federal level, that lowers the amount of people who are dying from these unsafe abortions. What was I going to say again? I totally forgot. So in terms of removing it from like the state's choice and putting it back into the federal level, this is going to be a blanket protection of the lives of everyone who has a uterus in this country. So you don't have 10-year-olds going out and giving birth or having to travel across state lines to get an abortion after being raped. right?
You know
So
what?
unless
That's
you
a fair
want,
point. That's a fair point. But
right? So unless you want children in these unsafe households,
no, I don't.
or children in
That's not what
households
I'm
that did
saying.
not want them, or you
Please
want
don't
for
put words
people,
in my mouth.
or you want for people who are like irresponsible to, I don't know, because to me, I don't know about you, but this sounds like cruel and unusual punishment, right?
Please don't
You
put
want a
words in my mouth.
person.
That wasn't my point.
This is what it's going to boil down to,
I
right?
was going to
like,
tell you what my idea, like, just the first step to solving any problem is to become aware. You know, we can lower the percentage, like, and at an insane rate if we actually make these young children aware, you know, early. If we advocate for better education on
and yet where in the Republican Party do they advocate for sex education that actually lowers children engaging in like riskier sex activities and lowering like not lowering but making them more.
Does the Democratic Party do that? I'm confused.
I'm sorry. Which party wants to get rid of the Department of Education?
Not get rid of it. They want to reform it.
Oh, reform it for what? What do they want to reform?
If you look at anything from the past 100 years, the only thing that hasn't changed is a classroom. Look at cars, look at schools, look at anything, technology. The only thing that's stayed the same for the past 100 years plus is a classroom, okay? A lot of people, the unemployment rate is insane. The unemployment rate is insane. People not going to college is insane. Like with the new technology in this new world, the education system has to be reformed. It's about time it has to be reformed.
Right, so what are they reforming about it?
I'm not in that field. I can't tell you exactly, but my suggestion would be look at AI, right? Right now, there's many ways you can change the education system and improve it. I think it does need to be improved.
They don't want for the U.S. history to be taught in its full context, and they don't want children to be learning about sex ed. So
the U.S. history is very controversial because you can have,
and they do not want it to be taught.
Well, most of it's lies, if I'm being honest.
Oh, right. So I agree. Like Columbus discovering America was 100% a lie.
Well, listen, we can talk for years about history, but it's a touchy subject, right? Like you can go into it all day, but a lot of it are lies, right? Like,
right, I agree, but they're lies because of the propaganda within America. So like they oppose correct history being taught.
Want me to tell you a history about the Democratic Party? Okay, you can Google this, and it's not Google.
Yes, the values of the party's flipped. Who gives a shit?
No. It's about the Triple K back in the day, and this is a messed up story, and this is something I read. Okay, so back in the day, and I don't know the exact specifics. You can do the research on this if you want to fact check me. There is a growing black population in the United States, right? And not only that, but there was a certain figure in that population because they're very like diversified and hated, and they were kind of like sticking together, right? Racism was really bad back then. But there was a certain black figure and a role model in that community who was running for politics, and he actually gained a really like decent following. Okay, the Democratic Party saw this as a threat. They didn't want a black person being in politics. It was severely racist back then. The Triple K was a psyop by the Democratic Party to murder and slaughter these people and stop them from getting into politics. And there was like, oh, extreme racist. Yes, that is true. But the Triple K.
But if you're going to be making this argument, you're going to be making the argument that black people should not be voting in general.
No, that's not true.
This is the case for both sides.
The Democratic Party. They funded the Triple K. They're the reasons they're the people who pushed it. A lot of the Democratic Party leaders, and you can do research on this, were part of that community.
And now the KKK supports the Republican Party. So, you know, like if you're going to be making this argument, you're going to be making the argument that black people should not be supporting any party.
I think we should. This is my personal opinion. I think we should reform the whole government. Yes, I don't think anyone.
Yeah, but this is irrelevant though, because you just gish galloped all around the place.
I'm telling you, the reason why the Triple K started it, and I'm sure you know this is true, was because of the Democratic Party to slaughter their opposing you know. Like this party has been evil from the beginning.
And are you trying to like convince me that the Republican Party like is better, or that I shouldn't vote, or that I shouldn't be involved in politics because both parties are incredibly fucking racist? So
both
now
parties
what?
are racist, and they're both.
Now what?
The Democratic Party
So which party is endorsed by the Triple K?
No, listen.
Which one?
That's irrelevant because if it matters,
no. It's relevant for you right now because you just brought it up. So which one is actively being endorsed, right? Which candidate is actively being endorsed by the Triple K?
The Republicans.
Damn, that's so crazy though. So like, what are we doing?
Who runs the Triple K was my point. Who runs the Triple K? Exactly.
Not Democrats.
Who started the triple K and who's using it as a psyop run by? It's a psyop to trick you. They get these locals. They.
So what am I supposed to do with this information? Support Republicans who are currently
I'm
being...
making you aware, and you can do your own research.
I know the history. You didn't tell me anything different.
I'm correct about that, right? The Democratic.
I'm asking you what you want me to do with this information right now.
Not believe everything you hear, because you're saying that.
I don't believe everything that I hear.
So why do you think the Triple K endorses the Republican Party? Is that not done by the Democrats?
Because they align. Well, no, because they don't follow Democrats, right?
You're right.
They endorse the Republican Party.
So
what do you? They're not. There's no evidence for that.
But so you're not aware of them funding the Triple K, or are you aware of that? That's a question.
Right. So whether or not this was the case in the past, it is clearly not the case now.
So, but if they funded it, they are running it.
But again, what do you want me to do with this information? Do you want me to not vote? Do you want me to vote Republican now? What do you want me to do? What is your point? Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? As a black person, give me a single part of the government that has ever given a shit about my people. None of them. So what do you want me to do with this information? Why are you telling me this?
Okay, so you said the Triple K endorses the Republican Party. I was just making you aware on a certain topic.
I know the history of Democrats and white supremacy. What do you want me to do with this information?
So it'll lead to this question then. Good question. Why are you voting for them then?
Because currently, this is not what they endorse. Okay? Parties change. People leave. People come. Parties change, values change. If you are going to be making this argument, you are going to say that black people should not be engaging in any politics. If you are going then you're delusional.
Well, no one should engage in politics. Let's be real. Let's be real.
So now we're approaching gibberish, chat.
Okay, both of these candidates are low-key garbage. Is that not facts?
No.
So you think Kamala Harris is significantly better?
Yes.
Oh my God. If Kamala Harris gets into the USA, it is going to crash. Everything is going to go to absolute shit.
Not at all.
Okay. But she has no experience in running anything. She's not a leader in any kind of field whatsoever.
She does. She was Attorney General.
But that's not a leader. You're not a leader in
That is a leader. She was a leader.
You're putting people in jail.
It was her office. Right. She prosecuted criminals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think that's great for a president to be able to do, to be able to call out criminals and prosecute them on the stage. That's why Trump didn't even Trump only recently, a couple hours after she was officially announced as the Democratic nominee, wants to debate her on Fox News, right? He wants to debate her on his fucking playing ground. He's gonna get fucking cut, dude. But they still haven't even set a date yet. He's gonna get cut.
So what business experience does she have? Sorry.
What is required? I don't think we should run America like a business. That's why it was a piece of shit.
America is a business, though. It's a multi-trillion-dollar, quadrillion-dollar business.
Right. So in order to be able to run America like a business, businesses run themselves. I'm sorry, by hurting people and pushing those down and underpaying people. America should not be run like that. America is not a business. It is a country full of real people. It is not just for process.
Isn't that what the Democratic?
It's not just for profit.
But the Democrats want to make a business off of your health care. They want to tax you. And you just said that if it's run like a bit, you just basically explain the Democratic Party, though. Is that not what they do?
They want to tax me in what? You're being vague.
Well, they want to raise taxes. They want to. You remember? So listen, the billionaires that are getting untaxed from Trump, you have to also realize that they can't run a business unless they have employees. Okay, they can't afford employees if you're taxing them up their butt, right? So
no, I think we should tax billion-dollar companies more because their employees are not getting paid shit. Right.
That's false. That's very false.
Trickle-down economics has never worked. That's what you're describing right now.
But it has worked. It makes sense.
Provide the source on that right now.
On what?
The effectiveness of trickle-down economics. Go.
Trickle-down economics? Okay, give me 2 seconds. So first off, increased investment in economic growth, which makes logical sense. Tax cuts for business. Proponents argue
no shit. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, because you're immediately going to the business. What was trickle-down economics for?
In my opinion, I could be wrong, is to raise the overall health of an economy in a country.
No, it was trickle-down economics was explicitly made to be able to support the lower class workers, right?
The hope.
No. by paying them more.
But,
Right.
like,
The
paying
hope
for
was
what?
that I'm not done. The hope was that you invest higher, or no, you cut taxes for these companies. They have more money. They give more money to their workers. No, what they did with this extra money is actually reinvest into their own businesses. They never gave a single cent to their workers. Trickle-down economics did not work because trickle-down economics required for businesses to be moral, and they are not. You cannot become a billion-dollar business and then also give a shit about your workers. That is impossible. That is an oxymoron.
So how is the USA supposed to grow if we're not letting our top performing businesses that feed our economy to excel? That doesn't make
Right.
sense.
We can allow them to excel by not taking advantage of their workers.
But you realize if let's say Miss Harris gets in and actually imposes all these ideologies, you realize that the United States of America and its economy is going to take a massive hit, right? Like it's going to get worse, a lot worse.
If requiring for businesses to pay their share of taxes is going to like kind of put us in a shaky mood for a little bit, I'm fully down for that.
So who pays for the majority of basically the government spending? Tax money, right? That's okay. Like that's great, sure, but if the government has all of this money now, this overload of money, what are they going to do if they send it back to Ukraine? What are they going to do to actually put it back into the economy? What are they going to do? Like, sure, you're taxing
What
them
are
up
you
their
talking about right now?
But how does that benefit the economy? Taxing people? How does that overtaxing them? How does that benefit them?
Do we just pivot?
No. I'm asking you, how do these not imposing tax cuts and taxing the billionaires or quote unquote fair share? How does that help the United States of America? That's what I want to.
Right, by allowing for the people who work the jobs for these billionaires to be paid more. Then if people get paid more, they spend more, therefore stimulating the economy. That's what the economy is.
But that falls on a thin line of like welfare, like just getting money for no reason. Like you have to,
they're not getting money for no reason. They're fucking workers.
I know, but when you're getting overpaid.
They're not getting overpaid. They're actually underpaid. We are $20 underpaid for the federal minimum wage. What are you talking about? They're not getting paid for nothing. Just because you don't think that a McDonald's worker is worth $16 an hour doesn't mean shit, right? They're like what we are being paid for right now is unsustainable to our economy.
Okay, but you realize the reason why the economy is in this state is because of the Democrats, right? You know, each United States citizen could have got $200,000 from the money we sent overseas. You know that, right?
Yeah. So we need to send those money overseas. I don't think people.
I'm going quiet. Please explain this.
Right, because we don't like Russia. We do not want to set the precedent that larger countries can bully smaller countries. Right? Ukraine is our ally. They want to join NATO. We are going to protect them.
And you're putting that in front of American citizens.
We're not putting it in front of anything. This is our military budget.
American citizens get the money, the ones that need it the most.
What are you talking about? There are many ways in which American citizens get the money. Biden literally put in a bill that would, one, lower medical costs. The infrastructure bill brings home new jobs, right? He also incentivized during this time for companies to invest in American companies to bring jobs back to America. What are you talking about? He's been doing nothing but helping the American citizens.
So why has the unemployment rate gone significantly higher? And
where has the unemployment rate increased? You mean during the pandemic or?
Well, yeah, in general, in the past, let's say 5 years, just in general.
You mean the pandemic?
Sure, the pandemic, but also even after the pandemic,
right. So no, we are. I don't know if you know this. We are still facing the fallout of the pandemic. Right. One does not simply lose millions of people to a disease, to a virus, and then be able to bounce back. Right. There are countries to this day that are still destabilized because of the pandemic.
Well, the pandemic is also controversy. I don't want to get into that, but
it's not controversy. This is why there was stagnation in employment.
Well, yeah, that's a very obvious fact. There's a pandemic, you're on lockdown, you can't go anywhere.
No, people were getting laid off and dying.
Okay, you can't go anywhere. How? No one was making money during the pandemic. We were just printing money and giving it out.
No, that is, you're just you've lost this conversation. At this point, you're just fucking yapping. At this point, you're genuinely just fucking yapping, bro. I feel really bad for you. You literally, there's no way that what just came out of your mouth you think is like real.
So we
you
didn't
just
print
said
money and just give it away
you just
for
said
free.
that we were just printing money and giving it away.
Yeah,
you're
that's
delusional.
What we were doing. That's what we were doing on the.
That would tank the economy. What we did
And it
stimulated
did. That's
the
what
economy.
happened, and it did
did
tank the
not.
economy.
It did not. It did not. It stimulated the economy because what stimulates economy is people buying things. When people have money, people use money. People pay with money. That
So where's
stimulates
that money
the economy.
coming from? If you print X amount of money and give it out to help,
They did not print extra money. That's not how that works.
It's a term, making extra money, making it appear in thin air. I don't know what you want to call
It
it.
didn't appeal out of thin air. What are you talking? Oh my god.
Where did this money come from
Oh.
then, that they gave away during COVID to the people who needed it? You gotta go Google it quick. Where did the money come from? Where did the money come from?
Right. So from the Federal Reserve.
Then what does the Federal Reserve do?
The Federal Reserve played a role in economic response by purchasing the government
No, no, no,
securities
no.
and providing liquid.
What do they do? What does the Federal Reserve do?
I'm reading it.
Okay, go on.
Right, so providing liquidity to financial markets, this indirect action helps stabilize the economy and support broader stimulus efforts. The federal government also direct stimulus payments, enhance the unemployment benefits and other relief programs, and were funded through the legislation passed by Congress. This includes several major stimulus packages. We have, the CARES Act from 2020, and then government borrowing for stimulus measures. There are many things that the money came
The
from.
Federal Reserve prints money, okay? They print money, like I said before.
Okay.
So they printed money. Here, I'm going to make it simple. COVID happened. No one could work. And to compensate it's very controversial. You can say it was logical, not logical, whatever. They printed money to give to people to make them sustainable so they don't fall out.
Ow! That's not true.
That's what happened. And then when
That's
you
not
print
their
money,
only job.
you lower the value of the dollar.
That is not their only
which
job.
affects
You're
the
lying right now.
economy.
Royal, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you, Malov. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the galaxy and for the manifestation. No.
Okay. Well, first you said printing
Yeah,
money
so
was
the federal. So
delusional.
let's look it up. So the Federal Reserve, known as the Fed, is the central bank of the United States. It is established by Congress 1913, whatever the fuck. Sets interest rates, managing the money supply, regulating financial markets, promoting maximum employment, stabilizing prices, moderating long-term interest rates, protecting
Printing
consumers'
money.
credit rights. Nope.
They don't. The Federal Reserve doesn't print money.
Acting as a lender resort. Acting as a lender of last resort during economic crises.
So the Federal Reserve does not print money, is what you're saying.
No, you're making the claim that that's what they did for the stimulus package, and there's no evidence for that.
Okay, so does the Federal Reserve print money?
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't care if they do.
Okay, so they print money. Okay. It didn't come from taxes. It didn't come from government budgets or spending or.
That's just false.
Okay, it came from the Federal Reserve, right? They had to print the money. Why? So why is so tell me how the dollar decreased in value then? Why is everything got more expensive?
Oh, hey Sam.
Hi.
Oh no, the Federal Reserve doesn't print money, but it does manage the money.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, the part of the government that prints money is the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. That's not the Federal Reserve.
Thanks for the money, gun. Username not for sale.
That's literally the only thing I came up here for, because this was the crux of the argument. So if the crux of the argument is just misinformation, then your argument's null and void, bestie.
Okay, so why is the dollar decrease in value after the pandemic? Why is that's a direct
Because it was a fucking
It was a global pandemic. There were so many things that went wrong during the pandemic that caused the shockwave that we had after that we're still facing the impacts of today. Like Tashika mentioned previously, millions of our workers dropped fucking dead. Of course that's going to negatively impact the amount that our dollar is worth. Because those people that lost their lives, for more people to be born and be able to enter the workforce, we have a decade and a half until new people can enter the workforce, approximately. Those people that were working for us are dead now. That's going to negatively impact everything. That, aside from imports and exports being delayed or completely closed off because of the spread of the virus, we're still trying to recover from that too. There are too many things we have to consider to just be well, the Federal Reserve printed out money, which is also just factually incorrect.
It's a part
and that's
of it.
why everything is in the floor, because that's just not accurate.
Well, it manages the money that is printed, right? So we can get into the loop of it, but it manages the money.
Oh, so now we know. Great.
The Federal Reserve prints the money. They tie hand in hand.
They literally don't. No, they don't.
They vehemently do not print the money. That's the Bureau of Engraving.
Okay, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Who owns that? The Federal Reserve.
Who owns that? It's one of the several branches of the government. And the
Owned
same
by,
way that the
it's
federal,
run by the federal. It's the same thing though, Sam.
It's not. It's not. That's just saying that the entire government is the same thing. We have specific branches for specific jobs for a reason. Yes, the Federal Reserve manages the money that the Bureau prints, but if we're going to talk about who is and is not printing money, that's not the Federal Reserve. Now, if you want to talk about the Federal Reserve having bad management practices, you're allowed to have that opinion, but they didn't just print that shit.
So, again, I don't want to repeat myself, but where did that money come from then during COVID? Please educate me. If it didn't come from the Federal Reserve or the whatever printing facility, tell me.
Yeah, we're not saying that the Federal Reserve didn't contribute to stimulus checks, but to say that the Federal Reserve just printed that shit, that's not true.
So where did that money come from for COVID? That's my question.
The Federal Reserve.
Well, okay, now we're going in circles.
That's their job to figure out how much money we have in case things like this happen. That's literally part of their job.
Yeah.
Like, literally a part of their job is having money in the case of economic crisis. I just read that.
Okay.
They didn't print that shit. Think of it as like a giant national savings account, right? They have that money stocked up in case of multiple things, like if there's some kind of national emergency, for example. So the people in the Federal Reserve decide how to manage that money, and they thought the best way to manage it in this case would be to try and stimulate the economy by taking some money out of the Federal Reserve and putting it back into the pockets of the American citizens.
And that stimulated the economy? That made the economy better?
No, it kept the economy afloat.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't give You don't give stimuluses to improve an economy necessarily. You do it to stabilize an economy. I never said that. I never said that.
Sam said improve. That's what I was just asking. I was confirming. She said improve the economy.
Because it does.
So now
they wouldn't be wrong, but it's not to improve it necessarily. It is to stabilize an economy. They give stimuluses in the context of crises, economic crises. That's what a stimulus is for. Right?
Okay. Yeah, when I say improve, I just mean for it to like not have like a negative impact, or to at the very least keep it neutral. In this case, the only thing that we were trying to do with the Federal Reserve was to prevent the economy from literally tanking, which would be an improvement. Because if they didn't do that, then we could have entered another recession, and we all know that's bad.
Yeah, no, I don't want a recession. I'm already getting taxed up my ass and paying extra for what the value's worth. You know, you look at a townhouse now, it's worth like $1 million and it was worth like $400K. So yeah, no, I don't want a fucking recession either. But the root cause of all this is because of the Democratic government. Whether you want to accept it or not, they did play a role. And maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe it was. I don't know. But they fucked up. That you know, when Trump was running the economy.
Where? The stimulus was under Trump administration. What are you talking about?
Okay, listen, it's very controversial, like I said, because yeah, sure, you want to give us stimulus, sure, it can be it can help the economy. I'm not disagreeing with that. There's a very thin line of when you overstep with that. That's a very dangerous, like, slippery.
It sounds like you have a problem with the Republican Party, then.
It's a slippery slope. Okay, but if you were running a country during the first wave of the pandemic, you know, no matter who it was, they would have got fucked. It doesn't matter who it was, right? But when you start giving out money to the citizens to help boost the economy, sure. But it's a very slippery slope, and if you make the wrong decision...
Man, good thing that was a good slope we took.
Okay.
That was a good-ass slope. Nice-ass slope. You like that slope, Sam?
Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing? We
gotta sensual-ass slope.
That's one wet-ass slope
That's
right there, man.
Stimulating
This is what we're doing now.
That slope is stimulated as fuck.
As fuck.
Shaking slope. Vibrating even.
Voluptuous-ass slope.
You like vibrators, eh?
Damn right. No, but that damn right. And you know,
Sign note real quick.
They covered the slope in XY, Joe.
You're always doing your makeup. Where are you going? You're just sitting here doing your makeup. Like, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like, you look good. Like, you know, but like,
I don't know why you're talking like we friends now.
Where are you going? You're on your live. Where are you going?
To see your dad.
Oh, okay. You like that. But anyways, yeah.
Chad, is this Riz?
How did it turn into harassment? What happened?
Okay, come on, stop it, Sam. Stop.
Where the money go? What do you you mean? No one. We were talking about a
harassment?
hypothetical, like intangible slope, and you took that as an invitation to start talking about her specifically. That's
I
harassment.
gave her a compliment very respectfully, and I made a joke. Okay, so
No, you said, where are you going? Hello?
Well, yeah, where are you going?
Username, thank you so much for the gem gum. I'm not going anywhere.
You
I
also
just like
said
doing
you
my
like
makeup.
vibrators, don't you? Just because I took
Yeah.
that joke well doesn't mean that it wasn't
Is
harassment.
this what we're coming to now? You can't even take a fucking joke. Like my okay,
She's not
You like
required.
vibrators now?
She's
Like
not
what the
required.
fuck? We were
vibrator
we were talking about a slope with KY jelly on it, and now you're asking people if they like vibrators. What's going on?
I know. I'm an evil psycho. I know. My bad. I retract.
No one ever. No one said
or
that.
psycho. It was
You
just a
said it
weird
was
thing to
inappropriate.
do.
Okay, it's I think there are like when people make jokes like this, I think there are boundaries. You know.
Okay.
Like we're
I'm
making
so
jokes
sorry.
about an intangible object outside of ourselves for you to be like, yeah, you like vibrators. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, really think about it though. We weren't talking about a person. We were talking about ourselves. We were talking about a fictional slope, a conceptual slope. And now you're asking Samaya if they like to masturbate. Like, how do we get here? You know what I mean? Like, how do we get here? Like, how do we like really break it down, Chad? Chad, break it the fuck down. How do we get here? How did we get here?
No, I didn't make a sex, so I can play your game. I was talking about back massages. What do you want?
No one calls
No,
back
we
massagers vibrators. You disingenuous fuck.
This went to hell. This was a bad
Stand
start.
on business. All right. Let's be real.
This was a bad start to whatever we were doing. So
Why is the chat calling me a bully? What the fuck?
I don't care. So do you have anything of value you want to say?
Me?
Are
Okay,
you
yeah. I do
done?
actually.
Can I move on?
Can we come to a common
fuck
ground
is
of
that?
understanding that the Democratic Party is not a good fit for the USA? Like it's just not. I
No,
also
we're
have a
not.
question
We
for you
can't.
real quick. I'm gonna hop off. I have a question for you real quick. So it just
Also, Sam, my mom says she misses you, so you know.
I miss her more. I will be in your walls soon. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're welcome.
There's a common pattern with the people who come on the lives
Thank you so much.
and do these Democratic debates. There's a common pattern. You know, they open up with how old are you, whatever. That's great, but each talking point that you have is a copy and paste from Harry J guy. You got the Dean guy.
Oh
the
my
Parker.
God!
Are you paid by any
There's
chance?
no way you were. Oh my God! I'm so fucking. I hate. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
Okay, relax. I have a question.
I'm not gonna fucking relax. They're attributing
I hit a point.
my education to a bunch of white people.
They are.
Fuck.
They are.
Fuck.
I hit a point. All right, listen. Okay, I didn't mean to hit a nerve point there, but are you paid by? Or do you work for any social media management company? Are you under contract by any social media management company? by any chance?
Yeah, I'm paid by the DNC.
No, I'm asking you. Do you work for any social media company, or do you have a manager that's with the company by any chance?
I do have a manager, but it's not for a company.
So what company does your manager work for?
And it's an independent company connected to TikTok.
Okay, so what's the company called?
Ordient.
How do you spell that? Sorry.
Ordient. Sound it out.
That's very Ordient.
Ordient.
So ORDE is where I'm at. So like, is it NTANT?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just tell me the name?
Ordient Entertainment is a TikTok agency.
So you work for a TikTok agency, Ordient
I do
Entertainment.
not work for a TikTok agency. They work for me.
Okay, so so does Ordient Entertainment take any payment from the DNC? Do you know that?
They're completely independent.
So they don't take any payment from any government entities?
They're not a political thing. They're a TikTok agency.
No, because Harry J. whatever, he works for Paletti Management, and they receive direct funding.
They do not. My agency is a TikTok agency. It doesn't have
So is
any
Paletti
connections.
Management. So is Paletti Management. But they take money from the DNC. So my point is what I'm getting at is like, this is just weird, right?
As someone who's under the exact same management as Tashika, who recently like did the whole orientation bullshit.
Okay.
What's it called? When I was in the orientation, they specifically said they don't have like a political affiliation or anything.
They don't.
And as a matter of fact, the majority of the management that I've spoken to, they're
immigrants. First of all,
they operate from China or Korea mostly.
Yeah, their founder is Ling Quinn and Charlie Tang.
Yeah, W. Ling! We love Lang. Sorry.
We
go.
do.
Oh,
We do
that's
indeed.
that's
But,
actually
like,
kind of ironic. They're
love
Chinese. Oh, that just fits the whole script even better.
Oh, whoa,
The
whoa,
communists.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Come on.
whoa, whoa,
The Chinese run their social media. They run America. The Chinese and the Jews run America.
Senator, I am
The Chinese and the Jews run America.
Oh my
That makes
God.
sense. Communism makes sense. That adds up. There we go. That makes
What do
sense
you mean
now.
by that? What do you mean? Senator, I am Singaporean. Oh my God.
That's crazy work.
What the fuck, bro? Came right out with the Red Scare. Holy shit.
Yeah, play the race card. I'm so
Fucking shit.
racist. Oh my God.
Yes, it is very racist.
Oh my God. The Chinese are communists and they infiltrate American politics. Oh my God, I'm so
He's
racist.
he's a regular dude. What do
I'm
you
not saying him specifically. I'm saying it's ironic.
No, it's not.
No,
what the fuck is going on right now?
You know, no business can succeed in China unless they like, I'm talking succeed without paying direct
but
to
you
the Chinese Communist
but
Party.
you do know, yes. These
So you know-
people
so-
are.
so he
these,
is part of
hey,
the
hey,
China-
Bubba,
Okay.
Bubba. It is not a Chinese company. They are based in California.
So where was he
I'm
born?
just saying that the majority of the people there
Where was
are
he born?
They're just Asian.
They're just from China.
So where were they born?
Korea.
Where were
It's
they
not
born?
a Chinese.
They're just from China and Korea. They're
they're born
based
in
in
China.
California.
Okay.
Holy shit! Holy
Bro!
shit!
Why are they so mad?
Shit.
I'm talking so calm, making
No,
such
we're
a
not.
Senator,
We're
they
not
are
mad.
based
We're
in
flabbergasted.
They're not even a Chinese company.
No. Come on.
They're
You
not a
guys know what I'm
Chinese
talking
company.
about.
They're based in California.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's stop it.
They're an American company.
But they're from China, right?
Holy fuck,
Some
dude.
of them? What about
Yes or no? Are they from
Holy
China?
shit.
Are they from China?
Some of them?
That doesn't mean that it's a Chinese company.
I'm not saying it's a Chinese company.
Okay.
If it was a Chinese company, that'd be worse.
Whoa. Okay, that's enough of that. That's
As
that's
long
enough
as
of
someone else has this recorded in 4K, I'm good. You know?
Recorded. The Chinese Communist Party infiltrates American politics, and you guys don't see it. Whether you know it or not, it happens all the time.
They ate that up. Okay, so
You know why China and USA started? You want to know why China and USA started doing business together? Because
care.
when the Chinese students had that big protest, you don't see it in the news. They took it off. The Chinese Communist Party brought out the military and slaughtered thousands of Chinese university students.
Yes,
Google
yes,
this.
we know of the massacre.
And instead of the USA, and they before that they never ever did any deals. They're completely like their own bubble, whatever. And after that, instead of the USA really painting them bad, they got them by the balls and they say, "Listen, they cut out some kind of deal. I don't want to get into it." And now China supports USA. That's how that.
Why are we talking
started.
about China? Because I said that my fucking manager is Chinese.
All right, I'm just saying you got to know your history.
How
right?
is this not racism?
Yeah,
Like,
I know
what the
your
fuck is going
history.
Oh,
on?
it's racist. Oh my God, the Chinese
All I
are
said-
communists. I'm
all
so
I-
racist.
That doesn't
I'm
mean
so
that the
racist.
people themselves hold to every political view of their country. Are you good?
I'm chilling. Are you good?
This is how racism manifests, especially within the context of Chinese
Can you
people.
define racism?
When you,
What's the
I'm
definition
gonna
of racism?
stop talking.
Okay.
When you assume that the people of a particular country are like drones of the state, that is racism. He's a Chinese
I never said
person.
he was a drone.
He is based in California.
Do you know what? Can you define
He's an
racism for me?
He's an American citizen.
Can you define racism? What's the definition of racism? Do you even know it? The definition of racism?
Racism is a particular system led to oppress and marginalize those of like groups with what's the name with less than desirable traits.
Incorrect. It's to feel superior over a certain race.
No, it's not. That is prejudice. Here's the thing.
Okay,
no,
so
it's not. Racism
what
is
is
a system
definition
of the subjugation of
of
people with
racism?
undesirable traits regarding that of race. That is what racism is. Right? Racism is what you've just done here, where you assume that because the Chinese government is
I didn't assume nothing. I made a fact.
So when I said that my manager is Chinese, why did you immediately go on a whole spiel
Because
about
you're
the Chinese
pushing
government?
democratic propaganda. That's why.
He doesn't have any political affiliation.
Do you get any talking points? Where do you get your talking points from? Who gives them to you, if you don't mind me
From
asking?
my own research.
Okay, so you get all your talking points from your own research. Because you said you're new in politics, right? When did you get into politics?
I've always been into politics, but in terms of debating it, I've only been doing it for like a week.
Okay, so you just started debating, and that's good. No, like good for you. You know, you're getting.
I didn't just start debating. I started debating politics this week.
Okay, and you know, I just find it ironic that all these people who push this heavy democratic propaganda are under certain management companies that have direct ties to China or the DNC. It's a common pattern.
Parker and Dean are not under management.
Parker's a wannabe, and I don't know about Dean. He just wants to be like Harry.
Neither of those two, whatever. I don't care about that, man. Neither of those two are under agencies, like by any capacity.
Harry
Even
is.
aside from that, the only reason why
Harry's a political figure, of course.
He's verified with 1 million followers. He's under management.
Because he's Harry J. fucking Sisson. He's like one of the
a paid operative.
You don't know this. He's like one of the biggest voices when it comes to Gen Z and politics. What are you talking about?
Because
of course.
the DNC and the Chinese people who run TikTok push his content out the most.
They're not Chinese, Senator. He is Singaporean. Anyway.
You sound like the guy who owns TikTok. I'm not Chinese. I'm Singaporean.
Because he's not
It's almost like that was the joke.
Okay, but yeah, that's the ironic part of it. He's not Chinese. He's Singaporean,
like she
guy.
directly quotes
He
him. I don't know.
runs the most brain rot, defective app on social media. No problem, guys. Yeah. You see the difference of content in China and the United States of America?
I'd give that title to Reddit personally, but regardless, the only reason why we even have managements, and I'm just speaking for Tashika and I, because we have the same one.
Banned.
Yeah, it's because people like mass report us and shit, so we can talk to our agencies and be like, hey, you talk to TikTok, can you like try and give us a ticket to see if we can get appealed again?
That's literally their only job,
that's the only
right?
reason why we even have managements.
That's literally that's our manager's only job, right? They are in direct contact with TikTok. They have their own manager who's in direct contact with TikTok. And then if I get mass reported, I can just call them up and be like, yo, can you unban me? And then if
you got paid a lot of money though. You don't have to tell me the amount.
They don't pay me. They don't pay me.
You just said you got hella bans.
I don't get paid from my agency.
So where do you get your hella bans from?
From me streaming, me working, me posting videos, me going live.
Okay.
It's the same way everyone else gets paid. What are you talking about?
Not Harry. He gets paid from the Paletti management. They give him bonuses. So you don't get any. So
Harry
your
also
management
gets paid
company
from TikTok
doesn't
as well.
pay you in any sort of way. They don't offer any kind of payments.
No, if
please
anything,
don't lie because they're gonna fact check you. Don't lie. You don't get any sort of payments from your management company whatsoever.
I don't.
There's no bonuses. There's no nothing you can't get paid from.
No.
So how do they benefit you again? By just getting you unbanned? That's it?
Yep. That's literally their only job.
Their only job.
Yeah, their job is to correct.
They don't sponsor you, nothing.
Creators. Right, so they can pair up with other people that can help sponsor me. I've done promoted content before.
Oh, okay, go on.
But that's optional. That's not really my stuff. I tried it. I didn't like it, so I didn't do it.
Okay. And
there's literally 2 videos on my main account of me doing like promoted content.
It's just a common pattern. That's all I'm saying. I'm just,
the common pattern of what? You're just being fucking racist.
Why do you guys always refer to racism? I'm not discrediting a certain race because I'm not treating them inferior. I'm not saying
because it is the immediate like I don't know why do you like distrust the agency because it's owned by a Chinese person? That is textbook racism.
Yeah, I do because he's from China and Chinese people are.
You're disgusting.
Well, let's
go on to the next person.
All right, bye. Fat fuck.
Oh, and fat phobic.
He's bitter.
I think I made him angry.
I think you did.
I made him angry.
I have a hot date.
This live is for educational purposes only.
And the hot date is
tolerate harassment or bullying of any kind.
Wow, man.
Hi, how old are you?
How old? I was gonna tell. Well, I know how old you. You 22. Are you a debate champion or something like that?
Debate champion.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how you would determine that. Is there like a ranking system? I don't fucking know.
Is there a ranking system?
I think I'm generally good at what I do when I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, also, would you like me to drop my love?
No, it's okay. I don't really care.
Okay.
We're in the last hour of the life.
Bet.
Papa?
Where'd he venture off to?
Where does he go?
Oh, my bad. I had one off screen.
And for those, if you leave the app, I can't hear you. And for those who don't know, Sam is my real life best friend. Hi. So are you right? Are you voting? Yeah, I can hear you. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes, I am. However, before we get into that, I do have a question to ask you just to see where we at intellectually with everything. Cool?
Are you gonna IQ test me?
I think so.
I don't know if I would call. I don't know if I would call that an IQ test though. It's just like a general question. Kind of. It's not even an IQ. Honestly, it's not. It's just like knowledge that you have or don't have, pretty much.
So an IQ test.
Yeah, I am. I am.
All right,
admittedly,
hey, IQ test. IQ test. Then.
Well,
All right.
I am.
What
I
does
am
IQ
admitted.
mean, though?
I am. Yeah, I am admittedly new to politics, so my arguments can only get better from here.
Nah, for sure. I feel you. Nah, but okay. Shame. What did I do? A shame. All right. Anyway, would you put a CEO to run the country?
No.
Would you put a CEO to run a corporation?
Yes, that's what that.
So if the United States is a corporation, then what's the problem with Trump
The
being?
United States is not a corporation.
It is a corporation. It's federal law. Go to Cornell Law, EDU, and you'll find it.
What does corporation mean?
No, I just gave you the. Just go look it up.
Oh shit! Political candy. Thank you so much for the email message. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. W. That's so pretty.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
If you leave the app, I can't hear you.
Okay, now I just go back to another talking point, but just to cycle back around to the Fed. So, Sam, you are definitely right on that. You cooked them on that. I don't know if we can cuss on it, but you cooked them real good on that. I gotta give it to you on that. You did good. But as it is for Trump, I'm all about giving somebody credibility before I take it away and understanding the full picture. So these SA cases, you say he's liable for, right?
Yes.
So, and I agree he got convicted on liability because not majority, but a good portion of the juror selection box couldn't find a reason or whatever like that, or whatever. Cool. Now, the appeal that he's pushing through, why you didn't mention that?
What?
The appeal that he put in, why didn't you mention that?
Do I need to?
Yes, because you got to understand.
That doesn't make him not guilty.
No, it's not even that. See, this is this thing called credibility, right? So when you take somebody's credibility in the mind of the person listening or the audience, they're like, oh, he's such a dirtbag. But then you're like, oh, yeah, he lost it, but he's appealing it. Okay.
Yeah, criminals appeal their cases all the time.
No, hey, look.
I don't understand.
I don't know what happened.
Do appeal though.
You cut out. Like an appeal means nothing. People appeal their cases all the time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. An appeal means nothing. People appeal their cases all the time. Convicted criminals appeal their cases all the time, and it gets denied.
As they should, because of the great country and corporation that we live in gives them the right.
That doesn't mean that they're innocent.
Oh, apparently the appeal was unsuccessful.
But people
it got denied. Oh.
What people? No, the appeal.
Unless you mean he tried to do that shit
Put it this
again.
way, from March or April, I haven't heard nothing more about it. Unless you're over there Googling.
A federal judge in New York on Thursday rejected former President Trump's bid for a new trial in a defamation case against a case brought against by writer E. Jean Carroll. The ruling upheld the jury $83.3 million damage reward. So he got rejected. Word is bond.
But yeah, that shit didn't go down.
Hello. Okay.
You keep leaving the app, and I don't know what's wrong with you.
All right. So boom. Now, I got another question when it comes to that. Now I'm still.
I just said.
So you said the Central Park 5. He made comments, right?
It's a whole lot of yap in this motherfucker. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh my God. Yeah,
the Central Park 5.
Yeah, what about him?
You said that he made racist comments about them because of the death penalty comment he made?
Yes.
Back in, 1990s?
I don't care when it was. He called for the death penalty of young black boys.
Oh, no, I definitely don't agree. But I'm a person that believes that everybody's imperfect. Everybody, right? And people can have a change of mind.
I don't know about you, man. I've never called for the death penalty of children. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, that's not.
That's just me, though. You know, I don't think you can call that just like a cute little mistake all you want. That can be cool for it.
I'm not gonna say it's a little mistake. I'm definitely not gonna say it's a little mistake.
Like, I don't require. Hey, 1 second. I don't require for my presidential candidates to be perfect. I don't require that. I'm not stupid. What I require is for them to have an inkling of morality, or at least pretend to. He called for the death penalty of children.
Right. So
and then when they were all exonerated, he didn't even take it back.
He apologized.
Nope.
Yeah, he did.
Not until there was public backlash.
Hey. All right. But all right, so when it comes down to his candidacy, why would you feel that he gets railroaded on a 34 count charge where he's not allowed? Ma'am?
He didn't get railroaded.
So why wasn't he allowed to testify?
What do you mean he wasn't allowed to testify?
If he would have went up there and
testified, was he not allowed to testify, or did not want to? Where's the evidence for this?
All right, so now this is what I would call a source, right? First or second hand, whatever. Trying to be politically correct in your debate arena here. So he had an interview.
Political correctness. You don't know what that means.
I have no. Look, I'm just trying to respect the platform. But
that's
he had
not what political correctness means.
Yes, ma'am. So he had an interview with Dr. Phil, right? And would you say that Dr. Phil is an accredited doctor, psychiatrist?
Dr. Phil? No, absolutely not. He's a Dr. Phil.
Why would you say that?
He hasn't renewed his license in years. He hasn't renewed his license in years.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, he's absolutely. He's absolutely a joke. That's like one of his biggest criticisms. Himself, the bureau that he got his license from.
So he stated himself that he hasn't renewed his license in how long?
He hasn't renewed his license since, I believe, the early 2000s.
So he himself has said this. All right, that's news to me.
Dr. Phil has a PhD in psychology. So he's a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. He has not renewed his license since 2006.
Okay. Does it give reason?
I don't give a fuck what the reasoning is.
Maybe. Oh, okay. All right. So back to the racist comment. So you said Trump was racist toward. I understand the Central Five. So you said he made racist comments toward the black community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, Trump really don't like black people.
I believe Trump is racist, yes.
So, but you can be racist and give to that same group of people that you're being racist toward $250 million in educational funding.
You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? I just wanted to make sure that we do like the type of shit we were doing.
Sam, you're cheating. Sam, you're cheating.
Just continue. Please. I'm sorry.
I was continuing. I was talking to the host, Sam. But you the best.
Saying, I don't want to act like he's not racist. I just don't want to act like he hasn't said any questionable shit. I just wanted to let you know.
Questionable. Hold on. Questionable and racist. That's a line that's in between that.
Questionable racist.
I think it's racist.
Hold on. Like
it's questionable because it's racist.
I'm just here building up.
But go ahead though.
Before I get to the meat of it all, right? Why? I'm just here to build up credibility for the candidate that I'm voting for, right? All right. Because look, the host did a great job at tearing the credibility down. Now I'm building it back up. All right? To start there. Hit different. You feel me? But all right, so boom. This same candidate that I'm gonna vote for, you said, and I quote, he's cool with being friends with people that like little kids. That's what you said, correct?
Say that again.
You said he was cool with I'm gonna put abbreviations JE being sexually attracted to kids. That's what you said, right?
JE?
Buddy with the island. Come on now.
Oh,
Epstein? Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how finicky TikTok is. I'm 29. You know, yeah. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to respect the platform.
Okay, you're doing too much. So, yeah, what is your question regarding him?
Right. So you said that he loses credibility because of the fact that he was friends with that guy and that he was
not only just that he was friends with him, but specifically because he was aware. He is quoted saying that Epstein, he was a good guy and that he likes women on the younger side.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
I have no idea.
Given the context of what he was tried for, what do you think it means?
I mean, I don't know. I can ask Obama the same thing.
When did Obama say that?
Hey, I don't know if Obama would say that, but I know he was on the list.
Where was he?
I know a lot of people know whose names were on that list.
Okay.
All right, but what was your question one more time? Cause I don't want to get away from that. I don't want them to sound.
I don't know why you brought up Obama like I had any stake in that presidency. I was like 12.
I would say Obama's also a credible guy for the Democratic Party, right? Would you agree?
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is my whole thing right here. So Biden, his infrastructure plan, okay? You said that it brought back jobs.
It's just pivot with this one. I'm not even taking him seriously.
No, I'm just down to the. I'm doing it. I'm following your conversation you had earlier.
You're not. I don't need you to do that. I need you to come up here and make your own arguments. You're just fucking yapping.
Okay. You feel that way? Let me get to the point then. Similar to Bubba, I don't understand why you would choose Kamala over Trump. Kamala. You're right, my mom. I'm better than that. Miss Kamala Harris. Why you would pick her over Trump? I don't get it from
she's not a rapist. She's not a fraudster. She didn't say like to a 10-year-old that she'd be dating her in 10 years. She's not like a cheater. She didn't. She wasn't friends with.
10-year-old?
Trump
yes.
said that. Indeed.
When?
I got you. I will play the video out loud.
No, Sam, you over here jumping. I feel you though. I feel you, Sam. Swing.
I just want to make sure that we're not.
Y'all are doing too much.
I got you.
Sam's not a girl. So can you go ahead and?
Do you want me?
No!
I would apologize, but that would be a lie because I'm not sorry. I love you, though.
I hate you.
You should say that more often.
Okay. maybe stay your ass in New Jersey.
No, I love it where you live.
Yes, I have children, or a child. I do have a child.
Oh, are you looking for the clip, Sam?
I am.
Thursday night.
Oh, here we are.
I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
1992.
Can we see the video, please?
Oh, okay, sure. I'm not. You know what?
I'm the audience.
No, it's not that. I was about to say something, but nobody has to know what I was about to just say.
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Who posted that?
This is from The Guardian.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna lie about an entire recording of him saying?
Bro, this is from 1992.
I don't know what AI can do nowadays. That's all I'm saying.
AI.
But, all right.
Now all of a sudden it's AI. Frankie, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. I appreciate you.
Don't discredit that. Like people don't do that.
You're delusional.
I'll be delusional.
Do not come on my live and then say, oh, it might be AI. You don't know anything about AI to be saying that shit.
How do you know what I know? That's a presumption.
Because you just said that you think it might be AI. That's fuckery. Do not play with me.
What does that mean though? Like, okay, all right, sure. You know. Look. Oh, my mama raised me, Christina. Let me turn on.
Not good enough.
According to you, I appreciate it. I think I'm doing pretty good for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, the one thing I really want to ask you about is the jobs that you're saying came back on the infrastructure plan. Where are these jobs at? I know you're saying the freeways.
Construction, transportation.
Okay, so the freeways. All right. So what companies have taken the incentive that's been placed out there and came back and built?
I don't know their specific.
You don't know.
I don't know their specific.
Right.
I don't see why that would be relevant for me to know all of the companies.
Because you tore down the other person that was up here on that particular point. But
me not knowing all of the particular companies that took advantage of this bill doesn't mean that the bill wasn't effective. Rio, thank you so much for the $1 over Cash App. I appreciate you, my love.
What I'm saying is, if you're asking people to bring sources and stuff, you should do the same.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't need a source for that. If you want a source, I can grab you one.
I did just ask.
Well, that would be irrelevant.
How so? If one, you just offered it to me, and then two, you was running on that same point earlier when you was debating.
I wasn't running on the point that like specific companies were investing. It was a general thing. It was all of the companies were incentivized to bring their jobs back to America. I don't know the specific companies that did so.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know that's thousands of companies potentially. I don't know.
Is there renewable, non-renewable?
Right. It was to incentivize renewable energy within these countries.
Oh, okay. To do what though? To bring jobs back? What jobs?
Right. So in terms of the
jobs are they getting incentivized?
Right.
To say,
so in terms,
bring those jobs from the Philippines. Bring those jobs from the Middle East. Bring them back home. So
Does she talk? Damn.
Why is he barking?
Answer your question.
I'm talking to her.
This is not a fucking high school pep rally. Settle down. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Let's go ahead.
I'll apologize.
Chill out with this fucking yes ma'am thing. I'm 22.
Oh, my bad. I'm from the South.
Weird. Ew. Anyway, so like I was saying before, these are potential like thousands of companies in which this bill benefited. I don't know the specific companies. I feel like this is just like a disingenuous question to ask.
Why would you say that?
Because one, I don't see the relevance in this, and two, me not being able to name all of the companies in which benefited from this bill doesn't mean that the bill wasn't
like a couple.
Do you want me to look it up?
I mean that's what you've been doing, man. Can I call you?
Like, is there whatever? Do you want like do you?
How you pronounce your name so I can be respectful and stop saying ma'am?
It's Tashika. So like, Tashika. What do you want? Like construction companies in particular. I don't know the specific names.
You're saying that
electric companies, delivery companies, metal producing companies, nuclear power, chemical plants. I don't know their specific. No one. I don't see anyone going over specific names of these companies. Not a single one.
So, but just in the renewable sector.
What are you talking about? What the fuck is a renewable sector? That's not a thing.
Renewable energy sector. Come on.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the infrastructure bill, right? That you said had incentives in there. Not only did it bring back jobs, but it also was an incentive for companies.
So there were tax incentives. There were tax incentives for companies. Right. So there were tax incentives for companies who engaged in clean energy.
Okay, to bring jobs back.
Not just to bring jobs back.
But
these are two different bills that we're referring to right now.
Oh, I didn't know we was talking about two different bills now.
Right.
Yeah. But okay. My last question, 'cause I've gotten some enlightenment from you. I appreciate that. But what was so hazardous about the Keystone outside of it going through native lands, which I did not know about? Like I said, you did put me up on game about that. Outside of that, what was wrong with the Keystone on a hazardous OSHA standpoint?
The fact that that if anything went wrong with it, it would affect the environment around it. It was not worth it. Also, given I'm not done speaking. Also, given the fact that Biden was already investing in clean energy, the Keystone pipeline would have been just like unnecessary.
$2 billion is down the drain, huh?
It wouldn't be down the drain.
No, you're right. It is down the drain because that was $2 billion in wages after he shut down the Keystone pipeline that workers lost.
Damn. Anyway, that's so crazy. Good thing those Native American people are safe, though.
I mean, hey, other families got to eat too, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. I mean, I just wanted to.
Good thing the environment around this pipeline that would have been wholly unnecessary to appease the Canadian government didn't go through.
So what was the appeasing for exactly? I'm definitely lost on that one because I'm in the oil and gas industry. I don't
Right. So the pipeline was supposed to come from here to Canada. It was a joint.
Is it supposed to attach to Alaska or no? Or it's going straight to Canada?
It was going into Canada.
Okay. Nah, it's just something for me to look up later for real though. But nah, yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, you got a hell of a platform here. You keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Cooked.
Okay.
Alcohol just sounds so appealing right now. Where are my car keys?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
31.
Okay, are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes. I do want to list a few things. I do have references and I do have sources as well. A few key points I do want to touch on is Trump's executive orders. Some of the things I pulled what I feel personally I like the fact that he implemented. There's one executive order which is called Modernizing America's Water Resource Management and Water Infrastructures. Sorry. So basically what that entails is that he wanted to efficiently and effectively to improve our country's water resource management, modernize our water infrastructures, and prioritize the ability of clean and safe and reliable water supplies. The source for this, if you would like, is under federalregister.gov. And
is this a bill that he passed?
This is an executive order that was passed in 2021.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And if you would like the name of the name of the whatever you want to call on the website.
I know what you're talking about. It was the WIN Act.
Yeah. And then there's another executive order that he put into place was called Saving Lives Through Increased Support for Mental and Behavioral Health Needs. And what that breaks down to is engage resources of the federal government to address the mental and behavioral health needs of vulnerable Americans, including providing crisis intervention services to treat those in immediate life-threatening situations, increasing the availability of and access to quality continuing care following initial crisis resolution to improve behavioral health outcomes, permit and encourage safe in-person mentorship programs, support group participation and attendance of communal facilities, including schools, civic centers, and houses of worship. It also increased the availability of telehealth and online mental health and substance use tools and services, and marshal and private resources to address deteriorating mental health, such as factors that contribute to prolonged unemployment or social isolation.
And what is it called?
And what's it's called is Saving Lives Through Increased Support for Mental and Behavioral Health Needs. And the source connected to this is on the Federal Registry.
Wait, just to ask, I didn't want to cut you off. Are these like policies or legislation that you set into place, or was it just like an order?
These are executive orders that he had put into place once he gained office.
Okay, did these orders like manifest anywhere, or was it like, did it just stop at like a directive order and that's it?
No, these were put into place as an executive order. They were passed. I can provide dates if you would like.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, usually an executive order, or at least is my understanding, you can absolutely correct me, it's just the president is just like providing direction for the executive branch, right? So like,
yeah.
Right, but did that like manifest into anything in particular, or was it just like something that he said he wanted to happen?
Can you clarify what you mean by manifest? Like, are you meaning like, was it implemented into action? Was these things done?
Right.
Absolutely. These things were implemented. As as I've known, because this is my personal preference, as I have people that I dearly love, and I lost my kid's father due to an active addiction. I saw what things he had done to put in place for people of active addiction. And I've seen, I felt like there was more immediate assistance for those in active addiction, whereas I did not see, like I saw Obama. Because I am 31, I was old enough to vote when Obama went into office. Mm-hmm. I will say this: Obama did implement very good measures for people in active addiction by making it okay for like safe places for people that do use. Or decriminalizing the fact that if you are an active addiction or a user, it would be okay for you to call the police and not be arrested. I feel like Trump had basically built off of what Obama had already implemented. And I think personally that it did have a good effect on the people less fortunate or in active addiction.
Okay. Me personally, I hadn't really seen like that being built off from Trump. Can you give me like an example of him building off of that?
Well, I would base it off the executive order that he implemented, that basically that's exactly what I read or what I said is basically part of that.
Okay. So I guess the only thing I'm trying to ask is like an executive order is basically just it's basically just the president letting the other branches know what they want to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually doing something, which is why I was asking like if there's any series of policies or legislation that were actually enacted to follow up those executive orders. Or was it just the executive orders?
My thing is like, is this the only thing you can bring up for Trump? Like, are we supposed to like, even though he's done these things, like, okay, I'll grant you everything that you've just said here. Great things, W, he ate down. Right? I don't care though. The guy is still a rapist and a fraudster. He's a sexual abuser. He's a liar. He's lied over 30,000 times in his entire presidency. He does about 20 lies a day. He's misogynistic. He's a P3DO. All of this, true. You're gonna let.
Well, so, I'm not going to dispute those
I'm just going to say this really quickly because all of these things that you're describing and which Trump has done here in terms of these executive orders, Biden has already been like building infrastructure on these for a year since 2021 with the American Rescue Plan Act, with the implementation of the Unaliving Crisis Pipeline. He has also implemented comprehensive mental health reform, where they advocated for the mental health reform for like the healthcare and things like that. He has 34 fucking felonies, your candidate. You're gonna vote. So like, I just want to make this clear. You're gonna vote like, because what you're describing here is Democratic policy, right? Everything that you're describing here is Democratic policy. So you're going to vote for the rapist because he supports 2 or 3 Democratic policies?
I do have a lot of other policies and executive orders that I can discuss. He's also put into place what is called the White House Hispanic Prosperity Innovative. He's also provided, he also put into place ACTS, which is the Advanced Women's Economic Empowerment Act. The Women's Peace.
You said the Advanced.
Yeah, it's actually called Women Entrepreneur and Economic Empowerment Act. He's also put into place the Women's Peace and Security Act, which these things include signed into law pieces of legislation, including the Women in Peace Security Act, and launched the Women's Global Development and Prosperity, which is the WJDP initiative, the first ever whole of government approach to women's economic empowerment that has reached 24 million women worldwide. He established an initiative, New GDP Fund, as USAID, which is USAID. Launched the Women Entrepreneur Finance Initiative as well with 13 other nations. So he has done things.
Aren't all of these bipartisan?
So these are acts that were put into place.
Weren't these bipartisan though?
What do you mean bipartisan?
Like they were both agreed upon by
Yes, by both
Republicans and
sides.
Democrats.
Yes, correct.
So okay, so both sides enacted these policies, and you're still going to vote for the rapist and fraudster?
But he put these into place underneath Trump. You asked me
a lot of
I prove. Honestly, I don't speak on that topic because I am not saying that it's. I'm saying it was wrong on his part. I'm saying it's wrong.
So you're going to bypass that we be letting a felon into office because he enacted some bipartisan plans for women's entrepreneurship.
So may I ask another question with your question? I want to ask, how do you feel about felon second chances? Do you believe that no felons
for presidency?
You don't
for
believe
presidency.
any felons
Not on 34
get a
counts.
second chance?
Not for presidency. Hell no. No.
Why? Just because they're a felon, you don't believe they deserve a second chance, or they can't provide some.
You think a sexual abuser should be in the most powerful place in the world?
He was found liable. It doesn't.
That means guilty.
No, it does not. Guilty
yes,
and liable.
It means guilty.
Liability are two different things. Guilty is
they're the same. He was found liable. And I'm not done. He is a criminal. I'm going to tell you why. He's a criminal because he's a felon, right? So the thing is, though, is the fact that he was found liable in a civil court, right? The reason why is because the statute of limitations for his assault on 18 Carroll's was already up already. He cannot be tried as a criminal for that case. And so that's why she had to take him to civil court, right? And he was found legally liable and had to pay her $5 million. He indeed did commit the crime. The statute of limitations were indeed up, though.
I still find that guilty and liability are two different.
I don't care what you feel. They mean the same thing.
Just means that you're held
liable means responsible. Liable
Yeah.
means responsible. Guilty means responsible, right? So they mean the same thing, right?
Yeah.
One is just referring to a civil court. One is referring to criminal court.
To be honest, I did not come up here to discuss grape or.
You're discussing how this rapist felon. Thank you for being a fan. But you're describing how this rapist felon fraudster implemented democratic policy, and instead of voting for the people who also support these bills and who are not rapists and fraudsters, you're going to vote for the rapist and fraudster.
I'm going to vote for Trump, yes. And
why are you not going to vote for Kamala, who supports all of this?
And acts and executive orders that he put into place that I feel dear to my own heart. So all of the policies that are democratic, all of the policies that are democratic in nature, instead of voting for the Democrats who are also not rapists, fraudsters, and abusers and P30os, you're going to vote for the guy who's a P30o. Why are you not voting for Kamala? Statements about Biden, but we're not voting on Biden. And I don't have proof to pull up right now.
Do it.
I don't want to go back and forth with you regarding grape and SA. Honestly,
he literally has no case where he's found liable. He has no case where he's found liable. Your candidate, your candidate is C to the N to the V to the T, convicted. Right, he's a felon.
But you
Biden is not.
Case up here
Biden
about
is
you
not.
wanted to discuss about
Word
policy, and I bring policy to revert back to grape.
Word is
come on now,
because you're voting for the guy who happened to implement democratic policies, and he's a rapist. You think a rapist? Why do you think a person who abuses women and children? Why do you think a person who abuses women and children deserves to be president?
What?
Why do you think a person that abuses women and children deserves to be president?
And Biden did the same exact thing.
Oh, where's the court case for that?
I'm not.
They could have mirror bloom.
No, we just shut up the people.
Go find. Do you know the case? Am I missing something? Am I missing?
Found the journal.
Am I missing something?
Order on them, so they
I'm sorry. Where's the
and
case?
If they did, they would go to federal prison.
Where's the source for that?
Of the federal government.
Where's the source?
Under Biden.
Source it up
now. Let's be honest.
Source it up. Because right now, if this was the case, I never made a claim. So if this was the case, right, then why is Biden also
the fact that
Hey,
he breaks
stay on. Well, he's not, because there's no case against him for it. Because if this is the case, then why is Biden advocating for like to reform of the way that presidents are able to be tried for like criminal things that they've done during their presidency? Why is he trying to get rid of that? If he's such a bad criminal, if he's just a bad, big bad man, right?
So let's talk about
why is he trying to get presidents prosecuted?
Trump was convicted of doing similar things that Biden was also found to do, but yet
Where
Biden
is the court
he was
case?
too senile and poor forgetful.
There's no source for that. No
trial.
Doctor has ever said that Biden was senile.
They did.
No, not a single one.
It came out that he was too forgetful and he couldn't provide
not a single. Okay, then provide the source for this. Provide the source.
Exactly what
provide
happened.
the source. Provide the source.
It was on the news.
Provide the source then.
Absolutely. One moment. I don't have to mute on my laptop. Okay, I have it pulled up. It's re-utters. It says Biden will not face charges over classified papers, says memory is fine. And then,
oh my fucking god, I can't fucking stand you people. I can't stand y'all. Like I can't stand. Did you even read that shit? 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 Did you even read that shit?
I'm not. Nah.
Am I tweaking, or did they just read the thing that proves my point?
It says special counsel Robert Hur said in a report that he opted against bringing criminal charges following a 15-month investigation because Biden cooperated and would be difficult to convict, describing him as a well-meaning elderly man with poor memory.
Right, he said that he would not be able to describe him with poor memory.
With poor memory.
Oh, he said he did have poor memory?
Yes.
Read it again?
It said, special counsel Robert Hur said in a report that he opted against bringing criminal charges following a 15-month investigation because Biden cooperated and would be difficult to convict, describing him as a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Oh, okay. So is this regarding to like the documents that he had in his house?
Yes, the classified documents. But yeah,
right, that's not illegal.
Standard.
That's not illegal.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
The only time it's illegal. Oh my fucking god! The only reason that it's illegal, right? The only thing that would make it illegal is if he actively tries to withhold these particular documents. As soon as they asked for them, Biden was like, "Here, take them." Because they don't even fucking have him in his house. Thing is, though, is that Trump. The reason that he got caught was the fact that he was explicitly trying to make sure that they could not get these documents. Biden willingly gave them the documents when they asked for it. It is not illegal for political figures to have documents from when they were in office. That is not illegal. They do it all the time.
So why was it illegal for Trump then?
Because Biden cooperated and Trump didn't.
It's a double standard.
It is not a double standard.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
In the source you just read. In the source you just read. It specifically said that Biden cooperated. He cooperated, and they called him, even in the source, well-meaning. He cooperated. Trump did not cooperate. That was the crime.
Yes,
Having
that's the crime.
the files is not the crime. Whether or not you withhold them or cooperate is the crime. Biden cooperated, so he did not commit a crime. Trump did not cooperate, so he committed a crime. That's the difference.
We can agree to disagree on that.
There's nothing to agree upon. You're just you just
You're
read it.
Me to agree. I feel differently. We can agree to disagree. You can have
you just read the case file.
I just
right?
read it. I feel differently about
having it. Well, you don't know how the law works, right? Having the documents.
You don't either.
I literally just told you how it works. Having the documents is not the crime. Purposely withholding the documents is the crime. That is why Biden got off, because he did not withhold the government
at the time. He was supposed to turn them over then, and he didn't.
He did not need to. He did not need to. They never need to. There are certain documents that they need to give over. Not all of them. Not all of them. Okay.
Okay.
The crime is when being asked for particular documents, if they withhold these documents and lie about.
I'm
Stop talking.
Call from
Stop
my
talking.
work. I'm working.
Anyway, so if they withhold these documents, that is illegal. Them just having the documents has never been illegal. Anyway.
Oh, bye.
Well, look, it's been a day. Okay, it's been a day, and I'm sad. My DNC payments are dry, and I have to, I didn't get my chip started malfunctioning.
Damn.
And
was it the water again?
Yeah, I took a shower for too long.
Damn.
And I felt a little pop in my arm, and I was like, oh shit.
I felt a pop in my arm.
So but it is 3 p.m. Oh my god. What's the poll saying? Oh, thank you. But yeah, thank you all so much for the support, for the love and all the support. It's 3 p.m. So we are gonna end live. I look really pretty tonight, so I'm gonna go to the bar.
And do.
So also I think I have a date tomorrow. I think.
Ooh.
I think I have a date tomorrow.
And it's not me? Fuck you.
Well, he's 6'1", so.
All right.
I know, it's really.
You know what?
It's just.
You know what?
That's just me though.
Anyone 6'1" when you're 5'3". Let's wake it up.
Wow!
Let's wake it up.
That's crazy.
Let's wake it up.
That's wild.
Let's
Sam.
wake it up.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's actually quite. Wow.
I'm 5'11" in my demonias. Leave me alone.
Sam is 5'7". How old are you? 5'6"?
Like 5'7" and 5'8". And in my demonias though, I'm like 5'11", so it doesn't matter.
I'm over 200 pounds and is. Oh shit, Jenny, thank you so much for the $20 over the for the Jersey Surprise DNC. Please. Period. Anyway. But yeah, love you all so much.
And thank you all for the gifts, by the way. I've only been here for like an hour. Thank you guys so much. Mwah.
Thank you. How do I do my makeup so cute? Very high-end products. So and it's about application. So yeah, I love you all. I don't want to leave though because I'm gonna be bored for the rest of the day. But I love you all. I'm gonna go spend some time with my family. I'm probably gonna take my mom out to eat because that's what she looked like she want to do. My mom does this little thing where she's like a pouty little puppy, and she's just like, I'm a little hungry. I'm a little.
She be insinuating and shit.
I'm a little hungry.
If only someone around here had money.
If only someone around here just had a little bit of cushion cash.
A little cash.
A little bit of funny money.
And knew of a place.
Ooh, if only someone would take me to my favorite restaurant today. And that's what she does every fucking time. So it seems like she wants me to take her out to dinner. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.